I'm Doug Brown. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers says he's pretty sure the upcoming season with the Steelers will be his last in the NFL. Rodgers saying on the Pat McAfee show today, I'm pretty sure this is it.
It's been a long run, and I've enjoyed it. And what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL with Mike Tomlin and a great group of leadership and great guys in the city that, expects you to win.
Aaron Rodgers, who says he wants to earn his leadership role on offense and pass along his 20 years of experience and knowledge to his new teammates. Today in Oklahoma City, the Champions Parade honoring the first-time NBA champion Thunder. Players came off the buses several times during the parade to interact with fans, at one point bringing the Larry O'Brien Trophy out to the people. As a kid, Chase Burns dreamed of playing for the Yankees. Tonight, the 22-year-old right-hander will make his Major League debut against the Yankees, pitching for the Cincinnati Reds.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Go!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Alondra Villarreal. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Shea, Dixon in 15 minutes. Michael Braswell in studio in 1 hour. Ton to do. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
As they say, to the victor go the spoils. LSU wins the program's 8th national championship on Sunday. Now, many a celebratory endeavor are taking place. I'll just get you caught up very quickly for those who have not heard yet. On Wednesday, several of the key members of LSU's national championship team are going to be over at the OG Raising Cane's right there on Highland, just through the north gates. It'll be Kate Anderson. It'll be, make sure I have this right. Boy, they've added some players to it then. So it's Anderson, it's Derek Curiel, Bear Jones, Kate Anderson, Anthony Ianson, and Shea Shores. They will be there making their appearance from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So there'll be a lot of media stuff there, but you are welcome to go. They'll be, quote-unquote, working as servers. But it'll be, again, Wednesday at the OG Raising Cane's from 10 to 11. And then later on in the evening, there will be the championship celebration over at Alex Box Stadium. It'll still be very similar to what we saw just 2 years ago. It'll be on the field. They'll have the championship trophy. Jay will speak, players will speak, and they'll honor the champs. So if you're looking for things to do and celebrating this team as they're back, Wednesday's a big day to do it. Again, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. over at Raising Cane's. You'll see a handful of players in the championship celebration Wednesday night out at Alex Box Stadium. And it's so interesting because, for Jay Johnson, it's a chance to honor this team, but also simultaneously while he's turning the page, moving forward. If you missed the conversation we had with Jay here on AFR yesterday, I know I thanked him profusely yesterday, he and Nate Yeske both, they landed in Baton Rouge shortly after 2 o'clock Central Time. They were back at the box about 3 o'clock. Just after 5 o'clock, they were on the phone with us. And I appreciate both of them very much for their time. But as I started to think about it, there were two things from those conversations that really resonated. One was Nate Yeske. Well, there was a lot from that. Yeske talking about how before Kate Anderson's complete game shutout, he said he was actually spraying the ball in the bullpen. Didn't think he was on that day. Man, was he able to translate it from as they say, from the driving range to the course. But to also Nate Yeske getting emotional, talking about his father. Of course, his father passed earlier this year, and you never know the human side of this whole thing, what it means to people. And for Jay Johnson, one of the things he told us here on the show when I asked him, years ago, he said this is the only job he wanted. Like, he wouldn't leave this job for the Yankees, is the way he put it. And now having won 2 championships in 4 years, and that's certainly an evolution, and I would never hold him to that, and things can change, and people change, and expectations change, and all that different stuff. Goals in life change. But I asked Jay why he loves this job so much, and I think he pretty succinctly laid it out.
I think it's twofold. We can recruit the caliber of player that I can legitimately help them achieve their dream of being a major league player. And if you do that with enough guys, it manifests itself into you getting an opportunity to live your dream, which, was to play in Omaha. And been fortunate now to do that 4 times, and 2 times here. And the 2 times here, we have 2 national championships. And, it's kind of like at this time in my life, like, that's the place I want to be, like, my spot in the world. And I'm just very grateful and thankful. And the other part I would say is the care level of so many people about what you do. At least in college baseball, it only exists at LSU. I mean, I had one of my best friends is in a similar position in sports media like to you have. He's been in San Diego. He's in Chicago now. And he would always call college baseball a channel changer as far as you guys. Well, it's not in Baton Rouge. And I'm really thankful for that because I do think what we do is important. We got great players that are better people, and they deserve the support. Everybody's always going to get behind LSU. This 2025 team was a team that definitely warranted and deserved that support. And
they got it. And they were able to bring home championship number 8. So we did touch on this a bit a day ago, but I think it's important now, and there will be celebration of this team and should be celebration of this team, and we'll have a lifetime to do that. There's also a very real part of this conversation for Jay Johnson and his staff that now turns the page to 2026, because if there is one detriment, it's kind of ironic to say that it's a detriment. Like, the best thing that can happen to your program, winning in the national championship, is a detriment. That's actual irony. A lot of people misuse it. But if there is a detriment, it's that you are behind in building your 2026 roster because you took 2 weeks right in smack dab in the middle of portal season and this really pivotal time 2 weeks before the draft, and you just left. You left campus for 2 weeks. Now, Jay Johnson said it. I believe it was actually Josh Jordan who was here with us on Friday when I asked him about this. He said, "All that's true, but," I'm paraphrasing, "but the best recruiting tool is winning the national championship," which is true. So you spin it how you have to, but it doesn't change the fact that now Jay and the staff have to get cracking for 2026, and they have a shorter runway. If you just look at the roster, how it is constructed, there's 4 players that are out of eligibility. One of them will be in our studio here in less than an hour in Michael Braswell. So Brazwell and Josh Pearson, Luis Hernandez, and Dalton Beck, those 4 are out of eligibility. You currently have 9 players in the transfer portal. So that's 13 players right there that are going to be gone. And then you look at the draft and guys that are either going to go or have a decision to make, and we'll see what happens. I mean, the obvious ones, right? Cade Anderson, Anthony Ianson, Chase Shores, Jacob Myers, Connor Ware, Bear Jones, Ethan Fry, Daniel Dickinson, Chris Stanfield. That's 9 players right there that you're also going to be keeping an eye on in the draft. And then there's others that have remaining eligibility that could still enter the transfer portal, and we'll see what transpires there. A lot of you have mentioned some of the names and asked me, and I don't have anything to add. They'll have exit interviews with all these players, and the players will make decisions if they're back or if they do what's best for them. I mean, I could guess. Tanner Reeves is a guy that'll be going into his draft year that has to play. He's got it. It's similar to Paxton Kling. who's got to be on the field every day next year. Braswell returning this year when everyone thought he was going to sign last year kind of threw a monkey wrench into that. But it was great. I mean, you had a veteran SEC infielder returning. It was awesome for this team. Ashton Larson's a guy who you could imagine going into his draft year next year. It's going to have to be somewhere where he's going to be able to play every day. That opportunity may not necessarily be there immediately at LSU. So I don't know what those guys are going to do. I have no clue. I would be guessing totally. I'm just saying there's some that have decisions to make, and those are the things that we're going to watch as Jay Johnson and his staff start to build the roster for next year, which, remember, with all the rule changes now, the baseball rosters for 2026 will go to 34. So we'll have 34 players on the roster next year. And as this continues to evolve here in these coming weeks, certainly with portal targets and then what happens in the draft, who do you lose, who do you retain, we'll have a much better sense here in about 3 weeks of what this roster for 2026 is going to look like, and we'll follow it all the way along. It is After Further Review. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR and the official beer of your national champion LSU Baseball Tigers. I would surmise a guess that there will, in fact, be a championship bottle coming soon, and we're certainly looking forward to that whenever it comes out. Got the limited edition LSU 16-ounce bottle on set with us here. Of course, when the women won the basketball team won the national championship a couple of years ago, they had those celebratory bottles. Most certainly the same will be the case for this baseball team. If and when those drop, we'll certainly let you know. But in the meantime, if you're celebrating the Tigers, just grilling in the back patio or whatever you may be doing, kicking up at the beach or just watching your favorite sports on TV this summer, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of AFR and the official beer of the LSU Tigers. Okay, it's After Further Review, y'all. We were a one-topic day yesterday. There are some things that happened this weekend that I want to get into, most notably Bowe Bentley, the quarterback target for LSU in the class of 2026, was down to LSU and Oklahoma. Over the weekend, he picked Oklahoma. So LSU now is staring down a second consecutive recruiting cycle without a quarterback. Shea Dixon's going to join us next. We'll talk about that, and also a giant weekend with the Bayou Splash this past weekend. We'll recap all of it with Shea Dixon as we continue. We're glad you're with us here on a Tuesday edition of AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
After Further Review.
Watermark and Renaissance, two amazing hotel properties. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. The Watermark, voted by you the best hotel in the best of 225. And when we talk about the Watermark, yes, it's a piece of Baton Rouge's history. It's old Louisiana National Bank building, the original high-rise building in downtown Baton Rouge. They've maintained so much of the history of that building while adding modern amenities. It is the picture of luxury. If you want a luxury hotel in Baton Rouge, it's the Watermark. You got an event going on in downtown Baton Rouge and you don't want to drive, you want to stay downtown and walk, easy. Stay at the Watermark, walk to your event. Great way to have a little staycation this summer as well. Also, the Gregory, right there in the lobby of the Watermark Hotel. It is fine dining. It is an awesome place. We have a great meal. Try the duck entree. Trust me, if you love duck, go to the Gregory in the Watermark, order the duck. You'll thank me later. And, of course, if you're looking to host an event, anything from a wedding reception to a board meeting, they can host you downtown Baton Rouge right there at Watermark Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford is taking $11,000 off MSRP with 4.9% for 60 months on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT, plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Pelicans, a little bit in the news as well. Not exactly what you expected to hear, but that they're trading C.J. McCollum to the Wizards, if you haven't heard that news. We got the info at LouisianaSports.net. We'll get to that a bit later this hour as well. It was a pretty significant weekend, both on the good and the bad side for LSU in recruiting. Shea Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tiger, joins us every Tuesday here to talk a little recruiting, and what an appropriate time to do it. Shea, we appreciate it, man. How are you?
I survived what is now entered a 2-month-long NCAA recruiting dead period. So they used to keep that final weekend of July open, which is when they would have the Bayou Splash recruiting event. Now that's closed. It's closed all of August. So they crammed Friday Night Lights, the Bayou Splash, and double-digit official visitors into a national championship weekend when most folks, I think, were paying attention to things in Omaha, while back at Baton Rouge, kind of the future of the program is had a pretty important weekend.
Yeah, man. I want to talk about the weekend and who was here and the significance of it. But if I could start with Bowe Bentley. You and I have been talking about Bentley for months here. And he, over the weekend, did announce his commitment, and he's going to be an Oklahoma Sooner. So can you walk me through sort of the what happened, why OU won out here over LSU?
I mean, OU had been circled as the team from the start that he was highest on. He grew up in the area of Texas where there's a lot of Sooner fans, and he was one of them. Their kind of household was one of them. But we're talking about a kid who didn't start until his junior year of high school this past fall. So his recruitment didn't really blow up until January, really, February, and when he started to kind of reel in some really big offers off that season. And that played into LSU's hands, at least, because when Bryce Underwood leaves you at the altar in the 11th hour, and you do go and sign a portal quarterback, a starter out of the SEC, and Michael Van Buren out of state, you don't want to go, and skip another class back-to-back of high school recruiting. That's not ideal after not signing anyone in December. So they sort of latched on to Bentley, and they went from part of a huge group all the way down to kind of the team that was always the team to beat, OU, and then LSU, and he gave them back-to-back officials. And I don't know, Matt, it just felt like the further out we got from the two officials that things were probably going to come back to where they started for Bentley, and that was OU as, like I said, the team to beat. So it wasn't a big surprise when he picked OU. I think more so it's, okay, where does LSU go from here? Because, again, you don't want to skip back-to-back, high school recruiting cycles.
So, Shea, that's the very obvious next question is, where do they go from here?
Well, they went ahead and offered Bryson Beaver, who is a four-star, pretty fast riser, tore up the Elite 11, made Oregon and Ole Miss visits in recent weeks. But in the past few weeks, LSU and other schools had been in talks with Beaver, and for LSU, it was, hey, look, if things don't work out with Bowe Bentley, who do we pivot to? And Beaver officially picked up his offer in the time since Bentley committed to OU on Friday. So they've got the new offer out, but again, we're in a 2-month-long dead period now. So the goal is to get a kid to say, hey, look, I'm going to wait until I can make a visit and kind of do things beyond Zoom calls with the staff and all of that, because there's no in-person contact allowed. And if he does wait, well, then LSU's very much in the picture. And I almost think, look, Auburn offered, other offers are starting to roll in. If more offers come in, does he press pause and say, hey, let me look beyond Oregon and Ole Miss, who, yes, he was on Oregon's campus this past weekend, but that was his first visit there. So, again, a guy who's kind of blown up later in the process. Does he allow that to continue to play out is the big question. And then after that, it's, hey, does, this staff and Joe Sloan try to go flip a guy who, you play that out during the season, but it's the NIL era. We don't know what happens with these teams in the fall. We don't know about coaching changes. We don't know if a team goes and adds a portal quarterback that leaves, your incoming quarterback a little uneasy at the high school level. So I still think this one could go a few different ways depending on what Beaver does and then ultimately kind of how the fall plays out for LSU and other teams.
Still very much to be determined for the most important position on the field. Tigers without a quarterback still for the class 2026. We'll see. Shea, this weekend Lamar Brown was on campus, and last week we talked about him not being on campus. Then he was going to be on campus, and by all accounts, it looked like it went really well. What can you tell us?
Yeah, they had sort of all hands on deck here. It's tough to provide something new to a kid from U-High who goes to school on campus and has been offered since he basically came on the football scene. But they had Mason Smith back in town. Obviously, he's in the NFL now, but he's become a bit of a mentor playing the D-line position that Lamar Brown wants to play. He was a 5-star coming out of Louisiana, so they were able to kind of talk things through beyond what the coaching staff and, fit and pitch him to stay home and NIL discussions. They still try to kind of drive home, hey, look, here's some guys that you can trust, that you're familiar with. And that went into Keelan Moses pitching in, his U-High teammate. And I think one notable thing was that Jordan Gilbert was part of the weekend. And we're talking about Lamar Brown, who's got every offer coast to coast. But I think most people feel that if you were betting on where a 16, 17, 18-year-old is going to go to school, that A&M and LSU would be the two odds-on favorites here. And Jordan Gilbert is a U-High kid who went to A&M, and when he had the opportunity, came back to LSU and started this past season. And I think for them to sit down together and talk things over, that's kind of an experience that, for Jordan, that can hit home with what Lamar is weighing right now. So, look, I've had my pick on Lamar to end up at LSU for a couple of years now. I'm not going to change it right now, but he does have a decision coming here in, probably 2 weeks, 14 days, something like that, if not a little more. So as the dust settles, Matt, from these wave of official visits that included Miami, Texas, unofficial visits to schools, I think we'll start to kind of get a little bit more clear picture. But I'll give LSU the edge right here, but I will absolutely acknowledge that A&M is still very much in this.
Shea, there were a couple of committed 5-stars on campus, and one you mentioned was Richard Anderson, the number 1 defensive tackle in the country. I saw one of the pictures. It was Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson kind of like side by side, and I think the caption maybe was, the SEC's in trouble if these two pair together. What was the significance of having Anderson there on campus this weekend for this big recruiting weekend?
Yeah, I think it's twofold. I think it's spending time around guys like Lamar Brown, who we've joked about it. Not many 280-pounders are ranked as the number 1 athlete in the country, but when you can play O-line or D-line in college, then at the SEC level, you're pretty deserving of it. But he wants to go the D-line route, and Richard Anderson's the number 1 D-lineman in the country right now. So that is a pitch for LSU to say, hey, look, pair you guys up together. And that's a pretty nice 1-2 punch of 5-stars coming out of Louisiana to play in the trenches. And again, D-line and 5-stars don't come around all that often relative to the edge position versus some interior guys. So I think that was a pitch. Again, at the same time, it's locking up Richard Anderson. He's a 5-star number 1 D-lineman out there. He did not make any other official visits this summer, which is a win for LSU. And then as we go into this 2-month-long dead period, LSU was the last visit that he took. So I think when you sit down and you talk things over, kind of every angle of his recruitment, that LSU left the weekend feeling pretty good about a guy who, I'll tell you, man, after what he did last year going through into the state playoffs, how he's looked this spring, this is going to be one of the better D linemen to come out of the state of Louisiana in a while. And we'll be talking about Richard Anderson a good bit if he does indeed sign with LSU and end up suiting up in purple and gold.
Couple more for you. Shea Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tigers with us. Another 5-star committed that's on campus is Tristan Keys, the number 1 receiver in the country. Where do things stand with Keys after the official visit and then some of the rumblings in the past few weeks?
The goal was really twofold. A, get him to this point and have him still committed. And when you've got, agents involved with the NIL era, 5-star receivers are about, as involved as it gets when teams go, other teams pitching them on NIL opportunities and all of that. Buzz Cook, who's Brett Favre's agent, a Hattiesburg guy, and obviously Tristan's a Hattiesburg native, has been kind of one of the people involved on the agent side of things, as someone who can help out with his recruitment. And I think when you go to Tennessee, you go to Miami, you go to A&M, you make these visits, they're going to pitch a lot of different things, and it's tough to kind of sit and wait and continue to battle over the phone and get him in for unofficial visits until you make it to that final weekend before the dead period. But the twofold goal was A, getting him there, got him there committed, and then B, having his mom there, which kind of the short and skinny of it is that he's visited LSU a ton since 9th grade, but often the Hattiesburg High coaches would bring him, they'd bring his teammates, all of that. This was him and his mom's weekend to finally kind of really get an extended look at things, her to sit down with LSU and talk things over, and by all accounts, things went very well there. So do I know if Tristan Keys 100% will sign with LSU in December? No. Do I feel better about that now that I saw him not decommitted at any point this summer and then give LSU this final visit? Absolutely.
Hey, Shea, before you go, let's finish where we started. You mentioned the 2-month dead period that's coming up here. So what should we be on the lookout for while things are quiet over the summer?
Oh, we kind of talked about it, Bryson Beaver. It's like you're rooting against the kid there, your new quarterback offer, to make a decision because you haven't got him to campus. But the reality is a lot of these guys are going to be ready to make decisions because that's what they do. They let the dust settle from all the visits across the off season, and ahead of their senior year, they say, "Hey, look, I'm ready to shut things down." So I would keep an eye here in the next few weeks. July 4th is big, running through July 10th when Lamar Brown is circled, and kind of even into the middle of the month. A lot of guys who have LSU in their top group are going to go ahead and commit. So they've hit double-digit commits already, but I think that number is going to grow here. We're almost to the end of June, so in the next 21 days, I would expect LSU's commit list to add a few more spots.
Shea Dixon on 3, the Bengal Tiger. You'll give him a follow at Shea Dixon. Great time to go sign up as well over there at On 3, the Bengal Tiger. Shea, we appreciate it as always, man. We'll visit next week.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, be well. It is After Further Review. We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Y'all, Rouse's, love getting by there. Was there last Friday for our Rouse's remote, and everybody was gearing up for the weekend with the purple and gold invasion in Omaha. But for everybody who stayed back, man, they had you ready. And I tell you all the time, if you're looking to build a better burger, throw something on the grill, they got you covered there. If you want, their party platters and snacks and trays as you're maybe having a weekend get-together by the pool or whatever it may be this summer, they got you covered over at Rouse's. Many of them already prepared, grab and go. If there's something specific you want, you can call ahead, order your party platter. They'll have it ready for you to go whatever time of day you want to pick it up. It's at Rouse's. Got to get all those items on your grocery list or need a place to pop in for a quick grab-and-go lunch or dinner? Rouse's is the place. They've been doing it for about 100 years now. Voted the best supermarket in the Gulf South. It's Rouse's. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Michael Braswell is going to be in studio 30 minutes from right now as the champions continue to celebrate their victory in Omaha. Continue to do that on Wednesday with the championship celebration out at Alec Box Stadium. But I'm excited to talk to Braswell here in about half hour because, man, what an interesting 2 years in Baton Rouge he had. He had the big offensive leap from his year at South Carolina to his first year at LSU, where he ended up hitting .310. And then this year found himself in a platoon situation at third base, ultimately wins the job with the bat win in the deep freeze. I can't even imagine what it was like going through that this year. But we're going to ask Michael Braswell that, and then also his plans for what's next. So we'll have a little time with Braswell coming up here in hour number 2, 30 minutes from right now. So he'll be in studio with us. We look forward to that. All right, stick around with us here. It's AFR.
After further review.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. Hey, look, when the weather is getting like it is right now and we're spending more time outside during the summer, it's 90 degrees right now, but you want to enjoy your outdoor spaces, beautify your outdoor spaces, Clegg's can help you do that. Of course, they got the best selection of flowers and plants and trees and shrubs. If you need soil or mulch, bag or bulk, they got it. You need all the outdoor decor from tuned wind chimes, which are a gorgeous accent piece to any outdoor space, bird feeders, hummingbird feeders. They've got all that at Clegg's as well. But remember, if you got those pests that you don't want in and around your house, they can help you there as well. The Aeon Mosquito Barrier is a great product to tell you about all the time. If you need ant killer, wasp spray, roach spray, snake away, they got it all. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you in to Clegg's Nursery.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
All right, glad you're hanging out with us here. We're powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Big shout out to our friends over at Sunshine, sunequip.com. Tell you all the time, bunky and below, you want a Deere? you're going to Sunshine, sunequip.com. Michael Braswell, look at this guy. Early. He's already here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock this segment out, and then we're going to get Braswell in here a segment early. So tell your friends if they're waiting on him at 4. He's here early. I love that. I love being prompt. Actually, early. That's great. Let's do this. We do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Texas Longhorns.
5-star defensive end Richard Wesley committed to Texas in the ESPN 300. He's the number 18 overall prospect. Had an OV this weekend in Austin. 6'5", 250. He's out of California. He's the third-ranked defensive end in this current cycle. He reclassified from 27 to 26. Now says he'll be a member of the Longhorns football team. Longhorn baseball team landed a commitment from an ACC transfer shortstop, Timo Becerra, who's a Stanford transfer. Stanford in the ACC. Still throws me off every time. 6'1", 186. Didn't play as a freshman in 2021. Played 130 games, though, over the last 3 seasons and slashed 330, 384, 427 this past season. For Stanford, he is headed to Austin.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
We don't have an Arkansas. It's Texas A&M.
Texas A&M!
There it is. A&M landed a commitment from an Arkansas transfer. That's where you were going, Alon. Yeah, we'll go with with who got the commitment. And we get to play the goofy Texas A&M yell anyway. That's good, too. Zane Becker, he's staying in the SEC, leaving Arkansas and headed to Texas A&M. Shared his commitment on social media. Played 20 games this last year for the Razorbacks with just 31 at-bats. He'll head to College Station. Coming out of high school, he was the number 34 player in the state of Texas, number 386 in the nation, but he's headed to College Station.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
And quick basketball note, Latrell Wrightsell is back for another year at Alabama. It's interesting how Alabama's collective is the one that breaks all their news. It's actually not a bad strategy, but they've kind of become a news outlet. Yay, Alabama, their collective released the news that Wrightsell's been granted a medical redshirt year. He'll play another season for the Crimson Tide. Played in just 8 games last year before season-ending Achilles injury. I mean, he was averaging 11 points per game before the injury and was shooting 42% from 3, but Latrell Wrightsell back in Tuscaloosa. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. We're brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. It's easy, y'all. Kill mold, remove odor. It's a patented non-toxic dry fog treatment. They'll come to your home, to your office, whatever it may be. If you have mold, other harmful pathogens, maybe there's a sickness going around the office or church or medical facility, whatever it is, they can come, they can spray. It's easy. And remember, it's a dry fog. So just think about what that means. If you have a wet fog, that means you're getting moisture into carpet and furniture and walls. This is a dry fog treatment, so you don't have to worry about pulling up carpet or cutting sheetrock or any of that stuff. They're going to spray. It'll dwell, kill all the mold down to the spores, all the other harmful pathogens, remove odor as well. As soon as the fog dissipates, boom, you're back in. Free, clear, clean smelling. It's Parish Restoration. Go to parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com to schedule that consultation for Parish Restoration. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Alondra's back with us here as well. This is Alondra's first appearance since just jetting off to Omaha in a blaze of glory. How was your kamikaze trip?
It was great. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was very exciting. And
you left Thursday or Friday?
We left Thursday right after Off the Bench. So I did Off the Bench, and then we went to Bentonville, Arkansas. Stopped there. It was 9 hours to Bentonville. Don't know if you've ever heard of it. But
yeah. Isn't Bentonville where
that's
Walmart's
where
from?
Walmart is. Yeah. So I didn't know that whenever we stopped there, but I just thought we were stopping in some random little town.
You'll learn where big companies are headquartered. Yeah.
And then we drove the next 6 hours to Omaha, but we did stop in Kansas City because there's a barbecue place there that Anthony Bourdain recommended.
Who's Anthony Bourdain? See, this I know Bentonville, Arkansas.
Wait.
I don't know Anthony Bourdain.
You don't know Anthony Bourdain.
You don't know Bentonville, Arkansas is where Walmart's from?
Why would I know that?
Because it's the world's largest retailer.
Anthony Bourdain is like pop culture, like.
Hi.
I need to know.
Hi. Alondra, I'm Matt.
I know.
I'm 43 years
true.
old.
I know.
And it's well established here that pop culture in my life stopped in 2014. When my son was born, nothing has happened
He
since.
was a thing back then. But anyway, he's
Back
like a
when?
food. He would travel the world and like he's not alive anymore.
Oh,
It was,
are you sure?
Yeah, I'm like 100% positive. But yes, he recommended to go. It was actually really good. As someone from Texas that's like a barbecue connoisseur, it was great barbecue. But then we drove.
He was only 61 when he died in 2018.
Yeah, it was not a good situation.
What happened?
I don't know. He he committed suicide. So, but it was a really good barbecue place. Then we went to Omaha Friday night. Met up with Hunt. Hunt was so happy to see us. He had not seen anybody for like a week and a half, so he was very happy to see us. Saturday was very exciting because, it was 1-0 game. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Kate Anderson with a complete game shutout in the College World Series. I mean, 1 of 1. And then Sunday was just dream come true.
Yeah.
Not just for me, but for a lot of people. And
saw
I think
T-Bob?
We saw T-Bob, yes, and it's crazy because it's like traveling with Elvis. Like, especially at a place like that where every LSU fan ever is in the same spot. We could not move an inch without somebody stopping us and wanting a picture or like to say hi to T-Bob. Or
He's also 6'3", 280.
You can't miss him.
You can't miss him.
Cannot miss him.
And he always wears the same thing, and he's got long
thing.
hair, and so it's like he's just a target.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no hiding really when you're T-Bob.
No.
So I'm glad y'all had a safe trip.
Yes.
Glad y'all got to experience it.
We did the full 15 hours yesterday.
Watching your team win in Omaha is pretty special.
Yes.
So got to do that 25 years ago.
Yeah.
When LSU won it in 2000. Haven't been back since. Would love to do it someday again.
Yeah.
But what a year to be there. A guy who knows well what it feels like is a guy who was on the field for the Tigers this entire season. Michael Braswell is in our studio. He's going to join us when we come back. It's AFR. I promise you it's AFR. You need to hit the stab.
It hit. It just, I don't know why I didn't play.
So I should just go anyway?
You should just go.
Or do the affiliates know to break?
It got hit. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Boy, we're going to screw this one up, Alondra, because we got the 3-second stab at the end.
I know.
I
got
this
it.
Is
I
just
had
bad
the
news.
time
I'm going to make
on.
it. I'm going to do a make good for Darren either way. Agent225.com, agent225.com. If you're thinking of selling your home, you want to hire the best realtor, hire the realtor that sells more homes than anyone. Seems like a pretty obvious choice. Darren James on the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1,000 realtors in America. As a matter of fact, he was in the top 50 last year. It's incredible to think. I mean, of all the thousands upon thousands of realtors in America, Darren James from right here in Baton Rouge on that list. You need to sell your home? You need Darren James. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
The 1-2. Ground ball. Braswell coming over. Gloves it. Trying to get set. Throws to first. In time to get Mijos at first base. I see you, Michael Braswell. Stayed with the play. Let's see if Coastal Carolina wants to challenge that call at first. Doesn't look like it.
Go ahead. Challenge it because he's out. Michael Braswell is the best third baseman in the country defensively.
Chris Blair, Doug Thompson on the call from Omaha, talking about the guy sitting to my left, Michael Braswell, good enough to join us in studio, man. Thank you for the time, man. Appreciate you coming in. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the invite.
I bet you are doing great, man.
Yeah.
Polishing off a career with a national championship. Let's start with the end, and then we'll kind of go backwards since we have a good bit of time here with you. Let's go to Sunday afternoon, man. You've already gotten game one in the back pocket. What was Coach Johnson saying to you all before the game, knowing like you're giving the ball to Anthony Ianson and you got a chance to win a national championship?
Well, going into the series, I mean, just beating Arkansas the way we did, you know, and not having to use Anthony because he was warming up in the pen before that. As us overall as a team, we had a lot of confidence going into it, you know, having Andy and Ant ready to go. And we just took it as, you know, it's just a weekend series for the championship, you know, like a casual SEC series. And, you know, Coach always preaches, you know, we take it a pitch at a time, you know, execution, don't worry about the outside factors. And that's pretty much the same thing he echoed there. I mean, he told us pretty much we're champions without even the championship. Obviously, you want to win the championship.
Yeah, you want to win the championship.
Yeah,
it's nice to get the ring and the trophy and all the stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, just he tried to take the pressure off of us because at the same time, like, it's baseball, man. And we knew that if we just handled our business and focused on executing our plan at the plate or in the field or, you know, at a pitch, then, you know, the job will take care of itself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said it that way because one of the things that I kind of talked about yesterday, and I know there was a big controversy about Coach Schnall getting ejected. It seemed like, and I was watching on TV, you were there.
Yeah.
It seemed like that moment got big for them. And I think it's easy to say for me being far away and watching, but the contrast of what happened on Saturday night when Dickinson got hit in the arm, and after the game, Jay said, look, I got to be poised and in control for my team, and I knew the rule, and I had to stay in the duck. And then arguing balls and strikes in the first inning.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you reacted that way because that's the thing. I mean, I'm not asking you to say anything about another coach, but, like, you're arguing balls and strikes in the first inning.
Yeah.
The first inning.
Yeah, I mean.
You're coming out of the dugout and throwing up threes at an umpire in the first inning. Yeah. It felt like, you can react to that if you want, but it felt like the moment got big for them.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, I mean, there's a time and place for everything, right? I mean, and arguing, like, sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes there's times where you want your coach to get out there and get ejected. Sometimes, you know, like, if it's a tight ball game, you know, the team's kind of down and, you know, it's a one-run ball game and we're down and, you know, the team mojo is not where it needs to be and the coach gets ejected, it could fire you up. You know, there's a time and place for everything. But, I mean, honestly, I was in the field. Like I said, I was at third base when it happened. And I was like, my first reaction was, that was a short leash from the umpire. Because I was close up. I was next to their dugout. And I heard what they were saying, and it wasn't even really that crazy, honestly. He was like, man, you missed 3. You've missed 3 the whole game. You've been bad the whole season. You've missed 3 this game and all that stuff. And I'm thinking in my mind when he says it, I'm like, okay, like it's the national championship game. It's the first inning. There's no way he's getting thrown out in the first inning. And then that was just insane. And then the craziest part to me was the umpire tumbling. I looked at it, I was like, dude, I went back in the dugout after that. I'm like, dude, I know ESPN and Twitter are going insane right now. Yeah, I was saying, I know ESPN and Twitter are going insane right now.
Yes.
So guys, I was like, in the first inning with your season on the line, that happening, that was just insane.
It was a circus.
Yeah, I mean, and Coach Johnson always preaches, like we're a no drama program. He tries his best to instill that in us, and he definitely uses that himself as well. He doesn't want anything to get in the way of our team's execution on the field, and he's not a guy to make it all about himself at all. So he's not a guy to do that.
Yeah.
So,
Michael Braswell's in studio with us. As the game plays out, when in the top of the 4th, you had a big opportunity in the top of the 4th with 2nd and 3rd with after. By the way, Dickinson playing with a broken hand.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all know?
Yeah, we knew it.
When did you all know?
We knew it when it happened, honestly. Like, it happened, I think it was Little Rock, right?
And then
he took a swing, and he was like a little slow after looking at his hand. And after that, his bat speed wasn't the same. Like, I don't know if y'all can see it on TV, but he definitely wasn't swinging the bat the same way for the rest of the playoffs. And, he toughed it out. Dickie's the man. He's one of the toughest guys I've ever been around. And, he handled it with class and handled it professionally, and there was nothing taking him off that field. He had a long journey to get there, and there was no way he was going to get off that field. But yeah, we definitely could tell immediately. I mean, it's one of the things you have to look back at the game to see it. Like, I think it was one of his last ABs against Little Rock, and you can see him look at his hand, and then after that, his swings just quite weren't the same.
We had Jay with us yesterday, and he was kind of talking about it. He's like, yeah, I tried to hide it a little bit by just slowly moving him down in the order,
Yeah.
and he was bunting. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now
Yeah.
as you're playing it all out. But
Yeah.
but when Curiel comes up with the 2 RBI knock and you're 5-1, like at that point for me, it felt like, all right, well, that's curtains because it's Ince and it's Shore. Everybody's queued up and you got a 4-run lead.
Yeah.
What did it feel like for y'all whenever you were up 5-1 in that spot?
I mean, you definitely, like, it's one of those things where you have to fight the feeling that it's curtains. You have to fight it that, like, okay, the game's over. Because as soon as you say that, I mean, it's baseball, man. As soon as you get comfortable, as soon as something happens, like, that's what happened to us. So when we played Little Rock the first time in the regional, quite honestly, we looked over them. I mean, we were like, as soon as we were in the locker room watching them play Baptist, and we were cheering in the locker room as soon as they won. We were like, yes, we're going to Supers.
I love talking to guys when they're done playing because they'll say all the things they won't say when they're playing.
Yeah, like if we're going to Supers, we're like, yes. And then that's exactly when it happens, when they catch you. And I was telling the team, I was like, man, that moment right there, us losing to Little Rock, is what set us up for the whole rest of the postseason run.
Mm-hmm.
It made us think, hey, it made us re-engage. Because remember, at that point, we were 7-0 Little Rock. I think we won, 11-0 Dallas Baptist. We were like, man, no team could beat us. And then after that, we were just like, okay, like, guys, we have to, like, stay within our plan, I don't want to be that coach is right guy, but coach was right. We got to stay within our plan and take it pitch at a time. And that's kind of what we did when Curiel hit that hit. We were like, okay, guys, yes, we have a lead. And yes, we're extremely confident in our ability to close this game out. But, hey, we still have to just play at a pitch at a time, and don't chase the ending. Just chase the execution in the one pitch. And, it worked out for us.
We're coming up on a break here in about 2 minutes. One of the really cool things when a championship happens is in those moments after you look at everyone's organic reaction.
Yeah.
Like one day you'll experience this, but it's almost like when you look at when people are getting married, like you look at the groom when he first sees the bride walking down the aisle. It's the only thing, for those of us who will never play in Omaha, it's maybe the most real thing I can compare it to. But whenever they hit the 4-6-3 double play and the game's over, like take me to that moment. What's going your eyes, what happens?
I mean, I fell to my knees and just was on my back, just on my head, because dog, we came a long way to get to that point, man. I mean, it might look easy from the outside looking in, but dog, it was not easy getting to that point, and especially for me personally, I just, it's been a long road to get to that point, and I never thought I'd be in that position to win a national title, and I love those guys, and to do it with those guys and those people, just everything. I mean, it just was overwhelming for me at first, and then after a while, I looked. I was like, okay, wait, time to get in that dog pile.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get on the dog pile?
Yeah, I did get in the dog pile. I did.
I think the smart thing to do, though, is to wait. You don't want to be on the bottom of the dog pile.
Yeah.
So, actually, the fact that you did fall down, there's a great shot of you and Chris Stanfield. You don't want to be on the bottom. So you wait, and then you just get on the top, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the heady veteran play right there.
Yeah. I mean,
who was on the bottom?
I mean,
do you know?
Probably, I'd assume Chase Shores because he closed it out. Usually the guy that closes out is on the bottom, and I mean he's well prepared for it. He's 6'9", so I mean he's a big tree. So I mean he probably hurt, but
mean,
the adrenaline probably got it to him.
I've heard too many injuries stories of guys at the bottom of dog piles. Thank God it's after the last game, not any before that. Michael Braswell is in studio with us. Our Tuesday shows are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We're going to grab a break. We're going to get Sports Center. Said he's got time. You're good?
I got more than enough time.
He's got nothing to do. Yeah. So I want to talk about Braswell's season, his career, and also what's next, because there might be some interesting little tidbits there we'll get to. Hour 2 of AFR is coming up after Sports Center.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawbillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. Hey, look, the family scone is hitting the road to the beach coming up on Thursday. If you're hitting the road to the beach, if you're going to Disney, if you're going to the mountains in Tennessee, or wherever you may be going this summer, make sure you bring your vehicle to Shawbills. Schedule your service online at ShawbillsTire.com. You can shop tires online at ShawbillsTire.com. It's easy. You just punch in the make, model, body style of your vehicle. It'll tell you exactly what tires would fit. ShawbillsTire.com. There's even a really helpful little chat bubble on the homepage of the site and the mobile site. So if you want to chat with an associate, it's easy. You just select the location nearest you, and just like that, in an instant, you're chatting with an associate who can help you schedule service or whatever you may need. It's Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. So log on to ShawbillsTire.com, ShawbillsTire.com. They've been doing it since 1968. ShawbillsTire.com. Shawbills, we keep you rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers says he's pretty sure 2025 will be his last NFL season. Rodgers says that's why he signed a one-year deal.
I didn't need this. I didn't need it at all. I don't feel the need to prove anything to anybody or don't have any chip on my shoulder that I need to hold on to. I don't want the attention. I know that's a narrative out there. When this is all done, you won't, it's Kaiser Sosa. You won't see me. I don't want to live a public life.
Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee Show. He played 18 years with the Packers and the last 2 with the Jets. Rodgers is 41 years old. He'll turn 42 in December. An NBA trade on the eve of the draft. ESPN's Shams Charania reports the Pelicans get Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and a second-round pick from the Wizards. In return, Washington gets C.J. McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick. And the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2025 includes Zdeno Chara, Duncan Keith, Joe Thornton, all in their first year of eligibility, and Alexander McGillney.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right. Woo!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt. Hey, shut up, kid! Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Musso. Nope, you're not Musso. Musso's at the beach. Alondra Villarreal. You know what I mean? It's autopilot. A mouse on it. You don't look anything like Musso. You're way taller.
I would hope I looked nothing like Musso.
All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. Michael Braswell, good enough to hang out in studio with us. National champion Michael Braswell. That's got to have a good ring to it, man.
Hey, sounds great.
Forever.
Sounds great.
Has the gravity at all, the immortality of that all sunk in for you yet?
I don't think it has. It's like I've been in just such the moment so much that I haven't even grasped what we've done. Like it's funny. I kind of felt it today a little bit. I was going with my girlfriend to go eat some food, and then everybody stopped being like, "Hey, congrats, man! Hey, can't believe great plays in the field. I've never seen before." And It's just like, man, we really did something special.
So you've been here 2 years now. Yeah. That didn't happen to you before?
It did, but like very occasionally. It'd be like once every it had very niche. Like it had to be someone who knew about really, really, really knew LSU baseball. Now it's like just almost everybody. I passed by casually like, oh, congrats. So yeah.
Your journey's an interesting one. Starting at South Carolina, being a two-way guy, coming here. Really excelling last year. Then this year you find yourself in a platoon. We all know the story, the offensive struggles, but the glove was awesome. I mean, you're going to have time, I'm certain, to look back and reflect on your career. But as you think about your journey, I'm sure some of that in totality is starting to settle in as you can now look back in hindsight because you're not in it anymore.
Yeah.
When you think about defining your career, where do you start?
I mean, you have to Carolina. You just have to because, like I said, I started there, just the journey I went through at Carolina, with the coaches over there. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but, I left that program and didn't know where I was going to go. I was thinking, I might end up at Charlotte. Anywhere. I didn't really know. And then Coach Johnson called me. A lot of people probably already know this, but, when he called me, man, I cried. Like, honestly, I didn't think I'd ever have the opportunity to play at a program like this. Like I said, I dreamed up LSU fan. Pops told me it was way too far out of high school. Didn't even let them recruit me. But, he said, I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about New Orleans, Baton Rouge. You ain't going there. So he wanted me to go close. Went to South Carolina and, got Got down here, literally the day after I visited here, I committed. Like I knew where I wanted to go. So that's definitely probably the main thing was when I hit that transfer portal.
I know when you were being recruited here or when you came here, Jay always sees things in guys. Like it was the same thing with Chris Stanfield. Like he's told the story. Like, he saw Stanfield as a freshman hit off of Paul Skeens. He's like, I know that dude can do it, right?
Yeah.
So what was it from your 2 years at South Carolina, in that transition, your first year here? I mean, you had 310 a year ago. Like, what was it that saw you blossom?
Well, Coach Johnson's always been an offensive guy. You know, I mean, I think that's pretty well known. Offensive developer. You know, him, Coach Wanaka, Chief, one of our hitting guys and everything. So that what they saw was, I mean, when he recruited me, one of the things that stood out actually was the fact that he showed me, I think, 20 swings that I had that said, look, I see this and I see a player who can be an elite hitter at the SEC level. That's what he told me. And he literally broke down exactly what he would do, like my lower half mechanics, everything mechanically. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because, I mean, I don't know how many people know about that. But, yeah, my mechanics and my swing. And I said, oh, wow. Like, I was shocked, like, surprised. And, you know, and, yeah, that's pretty much what he saw. He basically saw, like, my bat to ball was there. He saw my eye was there. He just like, hey, look, you're doing too much. You need to do different things mechanically, and we think we can fix that. And, you know the glove's there. So he did that, and then he recruited me.
Yeah. Did you think you were going to be in pro ball after last year?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a thing where I knew that I wanted to be in pro baseball, but I mean, full transparency, one of the reasons why I came back last year was because of my fielding last year. I was so disappointed in how I fielded last year, and I felt like that cost us a chance to go to Omaha. I feel like earlier in the season, when I was playing short, I feel like I cost us, a chance at winning a national title just because of the errors I made. Arkansas, I mean, Florida, I feel like there were some plays I should have made, and I felt really like internally that really hit me, and I feel like I had so much more to give, and, I could really help a team win, and that's really one of the reasons why I came back, main reason why I came back, honestly.
When you came back, and obviously they brought in Reeves, and there was a thought, they brought in Dickinson, and the thought of moving Milam to the left side. Mm-hmm. For a guy that had always played shortstop, and now you're moving positions, like, what was that like? Meaning, like, did you embrace it, or were you bummed that you weren't going to play short?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm at LSU. Like, I don't care where I play. Quite honestly, I mean, this is the pinnacle of college baseball. Like, I honestly couldn't care less. I mean, I just wanted to be on it. I just wanted to be able to produce for the team and, provide for the team, whether that be, like I said, playing or not. I just wanted to be able to be on a team that, can do exactly what we did. And there was definitely some healthy competition in the fall and spring. I wasn't just going to sit there and let Stevie get it, but I mean, at the end of the day, we all see what Stevie can do. I mean, he's a special defender at short. And, like, hey, if anybody else will go play short, hey, Monster Milam all day.
How about that, dude? What's it like playing with him?
I mean, he's a guy, man. I mean, he's a dude.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all see it. I mean, he makes plays every day. It's just he makes the thing about playing infield is you have to make the routine look routine, and he does that better than almost anybody I've ever seen.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Michael Braswell is in studio with us. There was the point in the season early when you and Tanner were platooning before you second or third week in the conference, whenever it was, when you took back over and never gave it up again. Mm-hmm. What's it like for a guy that had been, an everyday starter the year before, now finding yourself not playing every day?
I mean, it'd be different if I was hitting 300 and not playing. I mean, I see what everybody else sees. I'm very self-aware. I mean, I'm batting 100. I mean, I wouldn't play myself either if I was a coach. So, I mean, it's a thing where I understand, and I got in the lab with Chief and them, tried to work and improve and, work on my defense at third and, do whatever I could to help the team win. I mean, it's a thing where if you're in that position, I mean, what else can you do? Honestly.
Yeah. Did you, because it is perplexing because we watched you hit 300 a year.
Yeah.
Like you said, when Jay Johnson showed you the clips, like, we know it's in there.
Yeah.
So, but I would also imagine that when you get into that, God, it's got to feel like the weight of the world. Like, how do you break out of it? So what? No, please, yeah. I mean, I know everybody's talks to this about, but like, whenever you're going through a struggle like that, what's that like?
I mean, I just full transparency, man. It was really difficult at first, honestly, like really difficult. Like, it was just like, because it's worse when like you've been there and when you've done it at that level, at the SEC level, and you can do it and you're not doing it, man. That's the hardest part. Like, if I just had come here and did not hit, that would be better than doing it and then not being able to do it.
You said at first. At what point? Like, what? Kind of give me some chronology here. What part would you say at first it was tough?
Like beginning of the season, struggling again, like in non-conference. Because if people remember, last year I struggled a lot in non-conference last year, and then I picked it up toward SEC.
And then you had
play.
310 in SEC play.
Yeah, and so 310 SEC play. So then, but just I thought like going into the year, like that was my main goal was to not struggle in non-conference again. And then, just having that happen again, it just mentally, it was just like, man, like, I mean, it was just hard. And then, but Coach Johnson does a great job with the mental side of the game. We have our own mental health specialist and Carlene, and she helped me a lot, keep me in a positive mindset and every day just trying to improve one step every day. And, you just stay positive and stay within the team concept.
But the other thing too, and this was such a huge part of that whole, and your story's gotten told by everybody now. But I know sometimes it sounds cliche to say it, but you don't let the struggles of the play carry into the field. But it didn't. Yeah. I mean, you made 3 errors on the season. I think there was 1 error in conference play, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Auburn?
Yeah. And all my errors is funny. All my errors came at short in the shift. So,
oh, really? That's where the error was?
Yeah,
all the errors.
Yeah, all the errors came. It was Oklahoma. I believe I made one. All 3 of my errors came when I was playing short in the shift.
It was North Dakota State, North Alabama, and Oklahoma.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at those, they were in the left-handed. I'm playing short in the shift, and I just made a little boo-boo.
I mean, but how do so? I'm sorry, I deviated you there, but how do you not carry struggles offensively into the field? Because dude, you were incredible in the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing where and like I said, another thing Coach Johnson preaches, man. I mean, not doing your job at the plate and not doing one thing wrong. If you turn that into multiple things wrong, you're letting the team down more with that, right? Like going 0 for 3 in a day doesn't hurt you as much as going 0 for 3 in the day and then sulking in the field, booting one, and now the team loses. Now it really compounds on you, you know? So and it's also a thing where, I mean, we have guys on the mound, Cade Anderson, Anthony Ianson. I mean, we have dudes on the mound, and playing with guys who are great hitters and great guys. I mean, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to my team if I let it get to me in the field. I mean, I feel like you're a bad teammate, honestly, if you do that, in my opinion. So, I mean, you just have to, do it for the team, honestly.
Let me remind you real quick about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. I want to pick up on that point in just a second. Relief Windows, ReliefWindows.com, windows, doors, siding. They do shutters as well. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. Our guy Brandon Holly, he'll always say, though, his number one product is customer service. He demands it of everyone in their organization, and they're awesome. This time of year where the temps are 90 degrees, you want to make your home more energy efficient, save on your energy bills, you can do it with Relief Windows. These energy efficient windows, go have that consultation. They're gorgeous showrooms on Airline Highway in Prairieville. Going south past 42, it's about a quarter mile on the right. You can't miss it. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Was there the game 1 of the championship series, the 3 biggest plays of the game you were involved in all of them. Yeah. Cade's bunt, the caught stealing at third, and then the play you made in the 9th, ranging to your left, got him by half a step. All 3 of those plays were incredible in a 1-0 game. When you look back, I mean, do you look at that as saying the offensive struggles were okay because look at the way that I helped my team?
Oh yes, I mean 1,000%. I mean, we reached the ultimate goal. Anything I can do to help the team reach the ultimate goal. I mean, that's all I can control, and I'm blessed to be able to do that, man. I mean, like I said, I told the guys I'd go 0 for 50. I don't care. I'd bet 0.5 if it means we win a national title. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
What was it like when the fans gave you the ovation in the championship series?
I mean, surreal, man. I mean, it's a dream to have a fan base behind you. Obviously, not a dream to be batting 150, but at the same time, it's a dream to have a fan base wrap their arms around you and try to pick you up. And I mean, it's out of body experience in the moment. I'm sitting there I almost feel like I have to get it from the fans.
So did you press even more?
Yeah, I remember the first time it happened, I was in the box oh shoot, man, I better throw this up because one of the craziest things as an athlete, not even crazy, one of the most, I want to say, sickening feelings as an athlete is when the crowd gets hyped and you hear that, oh, you're like, man, bro, man. It was just funny, but yeah, man, it's a dream to have a fan base wrap their arms around you like that.
Your final AB as a collegiate player, though, you got a single. You broke that streak. So walk me through that at bat.
I mean, first pitch we had a hit and run, and the sinker guy throws a ball, almost hits me, and I'm like, God dang it. The kid, Danny's mad at me. I did it. I was like, man. And then I think I forgot the second pitch, honestly. It was a blur, honestly, in the moment. And I just remember the last pitch was a slider low and away, just stayed through it and, dumped one into left field. And I'm sitting there praising God. And I'm like, man, it's been so long. I told the first pitch coach, man, hey, good to see you. It's been so long. But, yeah.
Well, the last game, man, you had 3 really productive at-bats. You had a sacrifice, you walked, and you got the knock. Yeah. So you found ways to be productive, and it was incredible to watch this team all throughout the year. So there is sort of the turn the page for you of what's next. I want to talk about that when we come back. We're not going to break. Michael Braswell, dude, you're being so generous with your time, so thank you sincerely for that. We're not going to break. We'll come back. We'll continue. Now that his career's over, we'll talk about what's next for Michael Braswell. We'll do it next on AFR.
AFR.
GLO, glowresources.com. They are complete employer solutions. Remember, I say it every day like that because at Glow Resources, they're not a temp staffing agency. If you're looking for a job, don't call Glow. They'll find you. They want to talk to you, the business owner, you, the hiring manager, you, the HR manager, you, the operations manager. If you're the person responsible for finding the people to make your business the most effective and efficient and productive it can be, Glow Resources can help. And they conduct about 50 interviews a day. So over the course of the year, you're talking some 15,000 interviews. And in that gigantic of a number, not once ever had they had a negative review on their interview. They're the best. And a 96% success rate. It's Glow Resources. Need to be productive? GLO. glowresources.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Big shout out to Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. You want a tractor, zero-turn mower, gator, they got it all. Great deals, and the newest location's coming on Piku in Baton Rouge, going up right now. Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. National champion Michael Braswell, good enough to be hanging out in studio with us. Appreciate all the time. We kind of talked about your career. We talked about the championship game. We talked about your career. I do want to talk about what's next. Draft is coming up here in a few weeks. What do you do? Like, in football, it's always like you do the combine, the pro day, and draft training and all that stuff. What's it like for you in baseball right now? Like, what do you do from now to the draft next month?
People usually, everybody has an advisor. Everybody on our team, I think, has an advisor. So usually you go through them, because I think all of our guys obviously had to miss the draft combine. Usually that's when you talk to a lot of the pro teams and get that done. But since we're busy doing better things, busy doing better things. Now it's like everybody just let's get the celebration. Like everybody's gonna celebrate it and everything. And then as soon as you get back home, talk to your agent and see where it goes from there.
So do you have you gotten any projections from your agent where they'd expect your name to be called in the draft?
I mean, not really. I mean, I think I'm calling him tomorrow, and I'm gonna see where that gets me.
Is there a scenario that, as you play it out, would be an ideal scenario for you? Either an organization, a location, organization, like type of ball they play, where you'd fit, left side of the infield, sort of thing.
I mean, not really. I mean, obviously, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, so obviously you want to play for the Atlanta Braves. That's the dream scenario. But at the same time,
you got noted Atlanta Brave fan Paul O'Neill right here.
Sir, man, hey, he knows what's up. But yeah, so
there are a lot of Braves fans here.
Oh,
yeah, and
Braves country runs wide, man.
Well, it's the whole Turner thing, right? I mean, because growing up, you can actually see the Braves here. So you got Braves, Cubs, and Astros for proximity, stuff like that. But yeah, Paulie's a noted Braves fan. He wears his Braves stuff in here all the time.
Hey, we're gonna be friends, man. We're gonna be friends, Paulie. For real.
Not whenever you tell him you're a Falcons fan too, because he also has a giant fleur-de-lis on the back glass of his truck.
Oh Lord, yeah. All the people listening to this, I am a Falcons fan. Do not go in my DMs. Don't message me.
Did you consider wearing number 28 or number 3? At all? Did you consider that at all when you transferred to LSU?
I mean, Saints fans get one title with Drew Brees.
I mean, one title is way more than y'all got. What are we talking about?
I mean,
one title is
who was the president when the Saints won the Super Bowl? It's been so long. I honestly forgot.
Does it matter?
It just, I forget.
Is Aaron Rodgers a good player? He won one Super Bowl. What are we talking about? I mean, all I know is that y'all choked away the biggest lead in the history of the Super Bowl. I'm gonna laugh at y'all forever for as long as I live. I love the fact that did you see the Falcons Twitter a few weeks ago when they had OTAs and they had the players side by side, one wearing jersey 28 and one wearing 3? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like they walked right into a glass door. Like, how do you not even have the awareness? No, don't put. You have that picture handy? Can you find it? I mean, they deleted the tweet, but it's like you just. I mean, you're setting yourself up for the biggest embarrassment. It's all right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a Dirty Birds fan. Rain, sleet, or snow.
I didn't know there were actual Atlanta Falcons fans.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know that y'all actually exist. I mean, every time I look at a game in either the Georgia Dome or now Mercedes-Benz, I mean, it's just opposing fans. I mean, there are a lot of red seats, a lot of fans disguised as red seats in that stadium.
Rise up. That's all I got to say. Rise up.
I respect the fact that you're out there alone, just by yourself, being a Falcons fan.
Oh, no, we got Big Bear. We got Bear on the side, too. Don't let him fool you. We got Bear.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Man.
Georgia boys, man.
I didn't even think about that. That's so disappointing. This was going so well, too. Until that. It's just an error in judgment. I mean, but really, though, there it is. There. Like, how in the world do you let that happen? The Falcons' own social media posted a picture of two, I don't know who it is, but it's jerseys 28 and 3, like, posing in a photo next to each other.
Look at my face,
yo. You want to get a close-up on him, Paul? Here, it's right there. 28 to 3.
Rise up.
How do you think
Falcons.
that would you have fired that social media director right there?
I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna say
so good
that this year is our year.
No, it's not.
I feel like a Cowboys fan, but I feel like a Cowboys fan, but it's okay. Hey, I'm gonna be delusional. I'm gonna think that.
That's fine.
I'm going to think it's our year. Michael Penix, you know what I'm saying? Hey, left arm golden child, Michael Penix.
I like Michael Penix. I do. I like him.
Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Bijan Mustard. I mean, come on.
You know what the craziest part though is about drafting Penix? It's
I'm not gonna lie. My reaction when we drafted him was insane. I wish I had that video. Last year we were watching it because we were big draft fans last year. Me and some of the guys on the team, and I think I might have thrown a chair. I might have thrown a chair. I was so upset. But
it's not even drafting Penix. I think Penix could be a great player.
But we signed Kirk right before then, and I was
guarantee him 180 million bucks.
I mean, I could have told you that was I could have told you that was a bad deal whenever that happened. I mean, he's never gone to the. I mean, I'm not gonna do a deep heart to heart on my football opinions.
You can, please. I'd love to hear while we keep this 28-3 photo right there on screen while you talk. Paul, can you superimpose it like right over his head? Or can you do a box in box where you have one box that's Michael Braswell and one box that's 28-3? Is that possible? Can we do that? You should be watching on YouTube right now if you're not. But listening wherever you're listening is good too. Man. He's working on it.
Just wait.
Here we go. There we go. Boom. There it is. We're going to screen grab that. Alondra, let's screen grab that and share that everywhere.
I just, like I said, I should have known I was getting set up for
an
ambush. I mean, this is an ambush. I shouldn't have came on the show. I mean, I shouldn't have came. You know, I mean, I should have saw it and then realized he was and then I remembered that he was a Saints fan last minute.
Well,
I should have just walked out.
I mean, you're the one who came in and volunteered the information about being a Falcons fan
you're
too.
Right,
so what you got?
Rookie mistake.
I was gonna say, off the bench would never do this to you. So if you want to come in tomorrow,
hold on. No, you don't
come hang out with off the bench.
You don't come on this show and try to poach a guest to another show. That's turn off your mic. Turn off your mic. Go back to Omaha, Alondra.
I would love to.
I know it did look. Really
I think we all wish we can go back to Omaha. But
what was it like after? And Michael Braswell was in studio with us. What was it like after the championship? So dog pile, all that stuff. Pick it up there. Like, tell me some stories.
I mean, it's a thing where you just sit there and you just take it all in. You know, I just took it all in. You know, like I said, growing up, I mean, watching the College World Series on ESPN as a kid, you know, being a baseball player is just, you're just like, dude, we really did it. Like, you have that moment where you just sit there, like, you're hugging guys and, you know, you're all with the hats on, we got the cigars in our mouths.
You got your hat on right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking this off for another, I mean, I don't know how long.
Let me see it.
You always going to put
that is a good hat. It's always a little bit. There it is. You want to get a tight? There you go, Paul.
Yeah,
it's always a little bit of a crapshoot with the championship gear. Like sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. That's good.
Yeah.
That looks good.
We loved it. I mean, everybody saw that. It's funny. Everybody saw that clip of Dylan Cruz walking with a cigar. We all tried to copy him.
By the way,
we're all trying to look that cool in our videos.
Shout out to our friends at Bocock Brothers. They're the ones that provided you all the cigars.
Yeah, okay.
They're LSU alums.
Right.
It's Honduran tobacco. They're great people.
Great cigars, by the way.
Really great cigars. And they have like a Jay Johnson signature series. But I was talking to the guys. They are going to have like championship box and all that sort of stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. That was my first cigar I've ever had in my life, and I actually was a fan of it. That was pretty. Hey, I'm team them. Hey, I'm team them.
They're great. By the way, you can use code Matt15 for 15% off your order. Matt15. So what about y'all get back to the hotel? What did y'all do?
Whew.
You can dish. You're not playing anymore. It's fine. These stories can come out anyway.
I mean, I'm just gonna say a lot of fun was had. I'm gonna give the PC answer. I mean, a lot of fun was had. Just know, I mean, all the emotions were gotten out that night. Let's just say. I mean, it was a great time spending with the guys. You know, we're seeing people at the bar we've never seen before. We got our strength coach there. We got everybody there. We're sitting there like, man, we all celebrating. But nah.
Y'all were in the hotel?
Oh no. We went out. You know, just I think it's a ceremonious thing. Everybody goes. I mean, why not? I mean, we all just did something that's. I mean, we'll go down in history books. I mean, you got to celebrate it, you know. So I mean, it was a big thing, man. It was pretty cool.
When you think back to your time at LSU, you'll obviously remember a championship. Yeah. Are there moments, are there games, are there plays that you'll remember?
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I mean, when Davalon got that ball in left field, man. I mean, we were on the bench stuck. I mean, like I said, I feel bad for that guy, man. Chuck Davalon, I mean, elite player, one of the probably one top 2 hitters on the team, obviously with the Golden Spikes being on the team as well. But I mean, dude, we're sitting there in complete and utter shock. I mean, that's a moment I would never forget for my whole life.
Yeah.
We were like me and Stanfield sitting there like we can't believe our eyes. Like,
so off the bat, you thought he was out.
Yes, I mean everybody thought he was out. He hit it. Obviously, it's a tough ball. I mean, Luis hit it. I think 104. I mean, with top spin on the line, and you sitting there like, oh, he hit it hard. Like I say, especially in that ballpark. Like in that ballpark, it's hard to come by a 3-run homer. So we were like, okay, just keep the line moving. And then, just when that ball, we saw it get into the corner, we were that's probably a moment that is a moment I would never forget for the rest of my life. Just the shock and utter disbelief and just like, wow. Like, just wow.
Was that more shocking than Aloy not turning the double play?
No, it's funny. In the moment, like, at our angle, we didn't even think it was a big of a deal. We're like, okay, he got the out. Like, because at our angle, like, I didn't see how far he was in the hole. Like, I just saw him take a step to his right, get the shirt out. I'm like, all right, okay. Like, in the moment, none of us were looking at it like, wow. Oh, yeah, I mean, he should have turned double play. I mean, I think that was one of those things where the TV kind of made it bigger than the announcers kind of made it bigger than what it was. And actually, when I look back at it, it was pretty bad. But, yeah, in the moment, we weren't really looking at that like, okay, he should have turned the double play. That wasn't one of the things we were thinking.
It's what's interesting is, like, the difference in watching the game on TV than you, like, field level in a dugout. Like, the Davalon play in left, that was a tough play.
Yeah, it was a tough play.
It was a sinking liner 104 off the bat.
And
he went back before he came in. And he slipped and couldn't get back to it.
Yeah, well, it's not even like the crazy part about
it's a play he should have made.
Yeah, it's
a play he should have made.
But no, the craziest part to me, like in my personal opinion, wasn't even the fact that he fell and dropped it. It's like, dude, if that ball bounces anywhere else, like if it doesn't bounce hard into the corner, if it just bounces and drops right next to him, if it hits his chest and it bounces in front of him, he doesn't have to catch it. Like if that ball bounces anywhere else that he could just pick it up and throw it, we don't get those 2 runs, and who knows how that game turns out.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, so many things just had to go right for us to win that game.
I mean,
it's just, I mean, it's a real moment.
Shoulder, like in the shoulder.
Yeah, I mean,
the shoulder to the corner.
I mean, that whole bottom of the ninth was just, I mean, surreal. It was almost like an out of body experience for all of us. I mean, John puts together a good AB in the first. First baseman goes and gets that ball, and tough play. Probably should have gave it to the second baseman, but I mean, first baseman do that all the time. I mean, tough play, and then. Aloy not turning that, Davalon, and then Kojo jumping a tad too early to catch the ball. I mean, it's just, that whole inning was just an insane moment.
And that ball hit Kojo's glove too.
Yeah, I mean, he jumped just a tad too early. If he jumped a little bit later, he probably catches that ball, but he just jumped a tad too early. It was coming down as the ball was getting there, and just, it was insane.
It's 4 defensive plays from a team that was statistically the best defensive team in the country this year.
Yeah.
All in 1/2 inning.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those out of body experiences when you're on the field, and you can't believe what happened. Like you're just like, we're running out to the field hugging Bear, and we're just like, dude, did we really just win this game? like full honesty, like I'm being fully honest. We were in the dugout, like still hyped into it, but a lot of us were mentally like, okay, like who we're throwing tomorrow, like when the inning starts, we're like, okay, like given how the game was going, how much of an offensive struggle it was for us, we were like, dog, like. Okay, dang. They got there too. We're like, hey, all right. So we got Ant tomorrow, Cade tomorrow, who's going? And then we win the game, and we're sitting there like, bro, wow. I cannot believe it.
Do you, because now you're reminding me of things. Are you sure you're okay on time? Because I'll do one.
I'm literally here. I can be here all day.
I want to be respectful, but I got to break so I stay on time. But I do want to ask you about, like, because you're making me go to the brain. The first game against Arkansas, the weather delay, all the sort of stuff in Omaha. Like, I want to get into that. So we'll do that as we continue. It's AFR.
Sure. AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. Michael Braswell, member of the G team. Gordon, you got to meet Gordon?
Yes. Great
awesome dude, man.
Great dude, man.
I know you. Oh, you were in the. You went to the garage to do their podcast, to his podcast studio.
I did.
How did that go?
I did, man. I mean, it was fun. It was really fun. We actually got some custom shoes then too. I mean, it was pretty cool, man. Hey, Gordon, baby, come on.
Gordon's great, man. He's a great supporter not only of LSU athletics but of our communities. I know I mention to you all the time. Around the holidays, he does the bicycle giveaway. Around graduation, he does the laptop giveaway. It is rare that you go to a charity event without seeing that Block G logo. My son plays at Miracle League, and Gordon's logo is there on the outfield wall. Supporter of that great organization as well. Gordon's always said it, man. He has been so blessed and fortunate and wants to give back to the communities that have meant so much to him, and he lives it every day. So you know what to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
Bayou Ford is taking $11,000 off MSRP with 4.9% for 60 months on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT, plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Michael Braswell, good enough to hang out with us in studio. Been here for almost an hour now, but good enough to give us your time and appreciate that greatly. Some of the things we were talking about is earlier in the year when, and we'll talk about Omaha in a second, but when Tanner and you were platooning at third, that you asked Jay Johnson if you could pitch again? Because you pitched at your first year at South Carolina.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so when I was
you told him, hey, take that Shores guy and tell him to shove it.
No. Oh no. He's the man. Shout out Shoresy. It's my guy. But
it's pretty good.
But I asked him when I wasn't playing in the beginning of the season, after I kind of was really struggling in the beginning, I asked coach, like, hey, I want to do something for the team. I want to provide, and I think that pitching could be a route for me. And, he let me do it. I threw some bullpens, and then, things happened, and I didn't pitch anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you told me you got up to 95?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, mid-9s, yeah.
Was it I don't remember watching. I know you pitched at South Carolina when you were 2A. I don't remember watching a game specifically, but, was that about where you sat? Was mid-90s?
Yeah, so my story pitching at Carolina was so my first offers as a player overall was a pitcher only. UGA, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, they offered me as a PO. So then COVID happened, and then I had no access to pitching. Facilities, nothing. So all my dad did, and I was go to the park, hit me ground balls, hit, and then I improved more as a shortstop, and that's how I was looked more upon as a shortstop. And then I get to college, and I was the team's closer. I was playing 8 innings at short, get half inning warm up, go out there and close it out. So I closed out Texas when they had Ivan Melendez and those guys, and that was really they were the number 1 team in the country at the time. Those guys, that was the squad, and closed out all the way up until Missouri. And then so playing 8 innings, you rarely see this. You don't see shortstops going 8 innings and then doing that because of the physical toll on you that it has. Like at the beginning of it, I was 91, 94. And then my last outing was against Missouri. I blew the save because I was 86, 89. Just because the physical fatigue that it had on me, especially I'm skinny now. I was way skinnier then. I was 15, 20 pounds lighter back then. So, just the physical toll got on me, and then, just went straight shortstop after that.
Yeah, I remember Brian Johnson from Florida. You remember him? He was a two-way guy, but he was first base and was a dominant starter for them as well.
Usually two-way guys are like corner guys. Or
it's hard. It's very, very hard to do that. Incredible. We were talking about the Arkansas game on Wednesday, to the dramatic finish. The first game against Arkansas, I know we all kind of rolled our eyes and were like, man, this feels like this should be the championship series, and here you are in the first game. Walk me through that game and how you all felt going up against Zach Root again.
We knew that, at the end of the day, in order to get to where you need to go, there's got to be challenges, obviously. We didn't think it was going to be an easy road to the finals. We knew we were going to go through somebody, Tennessee, Arkansas. So we already knew going into it we were going to face Arkansas, Tennessee. So it's either pick your options, Zach Root, Liam Doyle.
Yeah.
Two really elite options. So
probably rather go against.
So really it was just a thing where we knew that he was going to be in the zone, work around the zone, and our whole approach was to not give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go out there and chase all of his stuff. And Coach Johnson told us, hey, taking a college strike is our friend. Get the pitch count up, work him and make him work, and it worked out for us and got him out. And no one expected the 1 2/3. No one expected that, but hey, it all worked out.
The strategy in tournament ball is so different. I understand what Dave Van Horn was doing there. If it's week 4 in the SEC, then you let him. Of course, you let him go. But in that situation, you're not going to burn your ace in a situation where you're losing. The UCLA game was so sort of jarring because you had a chance to set up with Anderson, Ianson, get into the winner's bracket, have the rest, and now that advantage is sort of gone because you had to burn Evans as well. Did you all feel that? Did you feel like, man, the advantage we earned by beating Arkansas just got nullified?
No, that's what makes Coach Johnson such a great head coach, in my opinion. He keeps us locked in. He keeps us focused on what we need to focus on. We can't control the weather. We can't control. We have depth in the pen. We weren't worried about that. We were very confident going out there with Zach or Newt or anybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to beat our guys at the end of the day. We have a lot of great pitchers. We weren't really worried about an advantage or anything like that. Hey, at the end of the day, it was funny. We told us, because Coach Johnson, we practiced really hard, so we were like, hey, we're gonna have 2-hour practice anyway. It doesn't even make a difference. We're gonna have practice. It was gonna be an off day. We're gonna have a long practice anyway. It don't matter.
Yeah.
So, just trade the place with the game.
Was there when you think back about your week and a half in Omaha, obviously winning the championship, we talked about the play that Davalon couldn't make and left, which is I don't feel bad at all for Arkansas. I feel bad that he's a great dude, right?
He's
for sure. Too, man. We all want LSU to win the game. We're glad it happened, but there's obviously a human element of that as well.
Yeah.
But when you start to think back about a very long time, relatively speaking, in Omaha and all that stuff, what are the other things that you'll remember about your time there?
Fan base, man. Coming out the hotel, seeing all the people there greeting us, just the fan base. And the craziest thing was, I probably should have expected this more likely, but you never really I don't even know how to put it. You don't really expect it until you get it. I don't really know how to put it, but when it was a national championship series and it was 95% LSU and 5% Coastal, and then
that might be generous.
Yeah, it might be generous, but I got chills during the first game. Were you in Omaha? Were you in Omaha? No. So you were in Omaha, right?
Went, yeah.
When they were cheering LSU after the national anthem in the first game, dude, me and Danny were like, woo! We were like, man, we were getting chills. That was a really cool experience. We felt like we were in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Alex Box North. I mean, dude, it's unreal. So I mean, that probably was two of the main things.
Did you go to Rocco's?
Oh no, I never did. Because the plan was to do that after we won the Natty, but then they were closed, so we couldn't go.
Rocco's was closed after the
Yeah,
Natty?
man.
There
Yeah,
was,
man.
There was
Yeah,
like
man.
a thing, like I think they put out a statement saying that people were getting a little too rowdy and
man.
starting to like try to get physical with the security guards, so they like shut it down.
Man.
Yeah. So I mean, my parents did that though. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, they went to Rocco's, had the Jello shots,
Yeah.
the whole thing. Had the Omaha experience and stuff. So yeah.
Where's your trophy?
Oh, it's in my room right now.
So everybody when you win the national championship, everybody gets an individual trophy.
Yeah.
So is that going to go with you wherever? It's going to your parents' house?
It'll be at my family's house. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be able to be here without them. So I mean, they deserve every accomplishment that I get. So whatever, my ring's gonna be at their house too. I mean, until I buy my own house, obviously.
Yeah.
But everything's gonna be, with them. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be here without my mom's support. My dad's been in countless hours with me, man. I wouldn't be here without it. So.
There you are with the trophy on the plane.
Yeah, man.
Holding the trophy, what did it feel like relative to what you thought it would be?
I mean, crazy. You haven't even seen the craziest pictures. I got the Kobe picture. I'm holding it, leaned over. Hey, we got the
Wait,
whole.
who's got the picture?
We got the hold up. I got it on my phone. I'm pretty sure.
Are you gonna put it on Instagram?
Hold up. Oh yeah, of course. Do I want to spoil this? Do I really want to spoil this?
Up to you. I mean, this is a good spot to do it.
I'm gonna show you.
I promise we'll pick you up some Instagram followers.
I'm gonna show you. This is the picture right here. I got it right here. We got all the pictures.
I love it.
I'll show the camera too. Hold on, if I can show the camera.
See if
Can y'all zoom in or no?
Yeah, he could zoom in on you right here.
Yeah, like this is the picture.
Or you could send it to him.
Yeah, this is the picture right
Let's
here.
see. There it is.
There it is right
Making its debut right there.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
hold it up. He's gonna switch cameras. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. The
the
Kobe photo.
like the Kobe picture where he
I love
slept over. I mean, dude.
Very good.
Hey, there's this new thing called aura farming. That's what we call it.
What is that?
Clip farming. It's where like you look for a clip. It's where like you're doing stuff for clips and stuff. It's funny.
I don't know anything about that, man.
Yeah,
like
we're all doing it.
I'm still the old guy here.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm
man.
looking at your Instagram. Y'all go follow Braswell on Instagram at Brazzy_11. At Brazzy_11. You gonna post that photo there?
Oh, of course.
All right, he's gonna post that photo, so follow him there. We'll make sure we tag you and everything on our socials as well. For those who haven't seen it yet, do it there. Man, this was awesome. You're very generous with your time. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll stay in touch as the draft comes and goes and sees what's next for you in life. But I think we were talking about it a little off air. You're a made man around here forever, man. There will be people bothering you forever and ever and ever to come on radio shows and do signings and relive one of the greatest teams in LSU history, man. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Baton Rouge will always be my home, man. Yeah, I love it here. Like I said, I couldn't dream of anything better.
He said Baton Rouge is going to be his home. Let's get him a Saints jersey, hat. All right, Paulie, get him a Saints fleur-de-lis for the back of his car.
We in the Twilight Zone? What's going on?
Twilight Zone? What do we say? Hey, look,
what's going on?
I thought you're a champion. I thought you just want to hang out where champions hang out.
mean,
All I know is Atlanta
because-
28-3.
Because even the word saint just gets me in my, just makes me alert. It's like a trigger word for me.
Because they're champions? Now you're a champion as well? Look at the synergies right there. It's a beautiful thing. We appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem.
Michael Braswell. We'll wrap up hour number 2 next.
After further review.
We're brought to you by River City's 1 hour air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. You can spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com. Y'all, it's 90 degrees in Baton Rouge right now as we approach 5 o'clock. If your AC goes out or is not cooling like it should, call the best. Remember, River City's 1 hour air. They work nights, holidays, and weekends. So it doesn't matter if it's the 4th of July or August the 15th. It's just whatever day. Nights, holidays, weekends, they'll always come out, and they'll never charge you extra to come out. And also remember, they've got double the amount of 5-star Google reviews of the next closest competitor. So what that means is not only is there convenience for you, but they're also going to do exceptional work. So you don't have to worry about somebody doing a subpar job. They're awesome. Their technicians are great. It's River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Thanks again to Michael Braswell for hanging out with us, man. That was awesome. I mean, a solid hour breaking down his career, this season, Omaha, his offensive struggles, the defensive prowess, all of it. He let us make fun of him for being a Falcons fan. Good sport with all of it. Great dude, man. Y'all follow him on social, and you give him lots of love, man. He deserves it. All right, it is After Further Review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Alondra? Tigers in the pros? Maybe?
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
So I forget about this every single time, and then during the break I just pulled up a few stats. So we're gonna do what we can do with that.
Let's not tell our audience that you didn't prep the segment.
Okay.
They don't have to know.
You know, like just full transparency. I just want to give the people. I want to give the people like.
They don't have to know.
Did we do Paul Skeens already? June
No,
19th.
Paul Skeens.
But he hasn't pitched since June 19th. But I haven't been here, so I don't know what we have or haven't done. But his last outing.
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, never mind. We can go Josh Smith. Josh Smith. Shout out Josh Smith at the Pirates, actually, but didn't face Paul Skeens. 4 at-bats, 1 hit with an RBI, no strikeouts. So pretty good game for Josh Smith there. And DJ LeMahieu didn't do as well as the other alum. At the Reds, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. So, he didn't go to Catholic High?
No, he's from Michigan. I just yell Catholic High.
Great, yeah. That's Tigers in the pros.
The cool story, too, by the way, presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Oh, you can kill the music.
Okay.
Thank you. 9 locations in all. 2 in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, online, lmfj.com. Thrill her with a gift in the red box. Only the finest diamonds in the world go into their cases at Lee Michaels. never a lab or man-made diamond. It's not a science experiment. It's an expression of your love. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. So this is really cool. I got this in my inbox. So Paul Skeens and Jacob Mizorowski are going to face each other tomorrow. Jacob Mizorowski pitches now for the Brewers. And if you remember, he signed with LSU in 22, but was drafted by the Brewers, meaning Mizorowski and Skeens would have been teammates at LSU in 2023. There's a prop bet for how many times each will throw over 100 miles an hour. Oh, 23 could have been even more gross.
After further review.
Wrapping up hour number 2, we're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. I have not driven my Volkswagen 100 miles an hour, although I could. But Paul Skeens and Jacob Mizorowski both throw over 100 miles an hour. Isn't that wild that both those guys could have been on the same team? Am I the only one who thinks that that's absolutely bonkers? Anyway, back to the point at hand, which is South Point Volkswagen. Always amazing deals as well. I tell you about the great German engineering. I tell you about the great gas mileage, the style, feel, performance of luxury, manufactured in the US of A at their Chattanooga, Tennessee plant. But remember, with South Point, because they move more inventory, they can offer you better deals. And they have the best selection. So get on by and see our friends at South Point Volkswagen, or shop them online to see the entire inventory. If it's on the lot, it's online at southpointvw.com. southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction?
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. When Aaron Rodgers steps on the field with the Steelers this year, he's considering it the final season of his career.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a one-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I played 20 freaking years.
Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee Show. His deal with the Steelers is for almost $14 million, but could be worth up to $19.5 million with incentives. The Knicks interview a third candidate for their head coaching job. ESPN's Shams Charania reports it's Timberwolves assistant Micah Nori. The Knicks have been denied permission to talk with 5 other potential candidates. They fired Tom Thibodeau 3 weeks ago. The NBA draft opens tomorrow night in Brooklyn. Duke's Cooper Flagg expected to be number 1 overall to the Mavericks. First round coverage at 8 Eastern tomorrow on ESPN Radio, TV, and ABC.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Put renter's insurance at progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Woo!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Alondra Villarreal. And Mr. Toby Tom Plate. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. Big shout out to Michael Braswell. Dude just spent a full hour with us on the radio. Asked him for a segment. He came in studio and he was like, man, I got time. You want to keep talking? Well, sure I do. LSU Baseball won a national championship. A guy who became one of the best storylines of the entire season. Spent an hour with us to go through the struggles he did, to not let it affect him in the field. Not only to not let it affect him, to be incredible defensively. Said one of the reasons primarily he wanted to come back was because he had double-digit errors at short a season ago and wanted to make amends, and moved over to third, committed only 3 errors this season. And he told, I didn't even realize, but he said that all of the errors he committed were when they were in the shift and he was playing at short. So when he had moved over to his left. So great dude. And he, like all the members of this team, they're made men. You know, for as long as those guys live, whenever they come here, they'll always be remembered because a championship here is immortality. And all those guys that have played on championship teams, 91, 93, 96, 97, 2000, 2009, 23, and now 25, we can all rattle off the years. We know them. I mean, those are the ones that are the standard by which everyone's judged. So congrats. Thanks to Michael Braswell for spending some time. We're going to get that full interview up on demand, both audio and video. So podcast and YouTube. If you missed it, want to catch any of it, you can get it on demand. Of course, AFR On Demand is presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org. It was interesting because there were 2 pretty significant quarterback stories from LSU that have sort of evolved over the past 48 hours or so. One of them is a disappointing one, and that's that Bowe Bentley, the highest remaining uncommitted quarterback in the country, over the weekend made his decision between LSU and Oklahoma, and he chose the Sooners. So LSU, as we know, a season ago, or I should say a signing class ago, did not sign a quarterback because they had Bryce Underwood committed for a year, and then at the 11th hour left LSU at the altar for Michigan. So LSU did not sign a quarterback in the 2025 signing class, a high school quarterback. They added Michael Van Buren out of the portal. And now they are bordering on not having a quarterback for 2026. And the challenge therein, of course, is because they had Underwood committed, they were not recruiting the best quarterbacks in the country for 2026 because they were anticipating having Underwood, and some of the best quarterbacks weren't going to come to a place where Underwood was entrenched, which makes sense. But when Underwood flipped, it put LSU in a very bad spot, and the ripple effects LSU's likely going to feel for probably 2 or 3 years because of how they have to manage the quarterback situation. But Shea Dixon from On 3 The Bengal Tiger was with us earlier, and I asked him, now with Bowe Bentley picking Oklahoma, what does LSU do next?
I had offered Bryson Beaver, who is a 4-star, pretty fast riser, tore up the Elite 11, made Oregon and Ole Miss visits in recent weeks. But in the past few weeks, LSU and other schools had been in talks with Beaver. And for LSU, it was, hey, look, if things don't work out with Bowe Bentley, who do we pivot to? And Beaver officially picked up his offer in the time since Bentley committed to OU on Friday. So they've got the new offer out, but again, we're in a 2-month-long dead period now. So the goal is to get a kid to say, hey, look, I'm going to wait until I can make a visit and kind of do things beyond Zoom calls with the staff and all of that, because there's no in-person contact allowed. And if he does wait, well, then LSU's very much in the picture. And I almost think, look, Auburn offered, other offers are starting to roll in. If more offers come in, does he press pause and say, hey, let me look beyond Oregon and Ole Miss, who, yes, he was on Oregon's campus this past weekend, but that was his first visit there. So, again, a guy who's kind of blown up later in the process. Does he allow that to continue to play out is the big question. And then after that, it's, hey, does, the staff and Joe Sloan try to go flip a guy who, you play that out during the season, but it's the NIL era. We don't know what happens with these teams in the fall. We don't know about coaching changes. We don't know if a team goes and adds a portal quarterback that leaves, your incoming quarterback a little uneasy at the high school level. So I still think this one could go a few different ways depending on what Beaver does and then ultimately kind of how the fall plays out for LSU and other teams.
If you missed, so Bryson Beaver is a 3-star in the composite. He's the number 870 national player, the 55th best quarterback. He's 6'3", 195, and he's got offers from Oregon and Ole Miss, and now LSU, and had an offer from Alabama, Boise State, some others. But you're fishing in a shallower end of the pool now, which is tough. And I said there were 2 things that sort of coincided. One is that you miss out on Bowe Bentley, and we'll see what happens with Bryson Beaver, who's their next target, and if they land one. But the other is I was checking CBS, and they put out this list, and I don't put too much stock into lists, but it was just context for a jumping-off point for this conversation. They have a piece up about the best backup quarterbacks in college football for 2025, the top 10 quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks for 2025. And number 1 on the list is Michael Van Buren from LSU. And again, it's a list. It is totally subjective. It's rooted in nothing other than their opinion. But it is a reminder of what LSU has in the queue behind Garrett Nussmeier to potentially bridge that gap, hopefully to 2027. Like, for example, they write, CBS, Van Buren flew under the radar while starting 8 games as a true freshman at Mississippi State last season, but he did show real potential as a future SEC star. Completed 54% of his passes with 7 interceptions, but those numbers are expected of a first-year quarterback starting in one of the most competitive conferences in the nation. And then they point out how Van Buren's numbers stack up to DJ Lagway. Again, both were freshmen a year ago, and Lagway has a ton of hype and a super high ceiling and all that stuff. So Lagway threw for 1,915 yards. Van Buren threw for 1,886. I mean, they were separated by roughly 200 yards. Lagway threw for 12 touchdowns, Van Buren 11. Lagway threw 9 interceptions, Van Buren 7. Van Buren ran for 5 touchdowns, Lagway ran for none. I mean, all this to say, statistically, after one season in the SEC where they both played a comparable number of games and snaps, DJ Lagway and Michael Van Buren are very comparable to each other. Yet, DJ Lagway going into the season has the 8th best Heisman odds of anyone in the country. So what are we missing? Well, Lagway was a 5-star. And Van Buren was the number 385 prospect nationally. So Lagway has a ton of hype, played as a freshman as a 5-star, and so he's got more attention. Van Buren played out of necessity when Mississippi State had an injury. So I get why the convo isn't there, but I'm looking at potential and upside. But the quarterback future at LSU is interesting to say the least. In 2025, you've got Nussmeier, you've got Van Buren, and you've got Colin Hurley. But you didn't sign a high school quarterback in 25. And now you look to 26, Nussmeier will be gone. In theory, you'd have Van Buren, Hurley, and then who? Bentley is going to Oklahoma. Are you able to get Bryson Beaver to be in this class? If you don't, then what do you do? It's still a giant question mark. And then the other part of that is, what if you go through spring and either Van Buren or Hurley leaves? Again, I'm playing out hypotheticals, but these are the types of conversations that LSU staff has got to be having right now. What do you do after that? I mean, when you start looking at the last time LSU was in such a precarious situation, you kind of have to go into that 2016 through 2019 stretch, where in 2016 they signed Lindsey Scott, who stayed for a year and transferred. In 2017, they signed Miles Brennan, who we know Brennan's path. In 18, they didn't sign a high school quarterback. And then in 19, they signed Peter Parrish, who's here for a year and transferred. So in those 4 years, the only quarterback that you signed out of high school that stayed was Miles Brennan, and we know what happened there. Ultimately, whenever you brought in Joe Burrow in 18, Lowell Narcisse and Justin McMillan both transferred. So you had 2 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster in 2018. Burrow, who had just come in, and Brennan, who they were trying to redshirt to maintain a year of eligibility. So you were in a really precarious situation then. Now, we know the rest of the story with Joe Burrow and how it played out. And ultimately, after that, they were able to rebuild their numbers at quarterback. Finley and Nussmeier, and then so on and so forth as it's built. But you look at it now, where you signed Ricky Collins in 23. He's no longer here. You signed Colin Hurley in 24, who's still here. You didn't sign one in 25, and you're bordering not signing one in 26. I mean, it's a very comparable scenario to what you just saw from 16 to 19, but Joe Burrow was your saving grace. The answer here has got to be one of these portal guys, and hopefully it's Michael Van Buren, hits for you and provides that bridge to 2027, because 2027 is the time on the recruiting calendar where LSU could get this thing right in a big way. Because we've talked plenty about Elijah Haven, and Elijah Haven is the number 1 player in the state of Louisiana, the number 1 quarterback in the country for 2027. Well, let me correct that. Zion Forstall, the defensive end out of Jesuit, is kind of he and Haven are both right there. But Peyton Houston, the quarterback out of Evangel, is the number 8 quarterback in the country. Malachi Ziegler out of Benton is the number 9 quarterback in the country. So in 2027, Louisiana has 3 of the top 9 quarterbacks in America. And with Haven, Houston, and Ziegler. And you've also got the younger Nussmeier, Colton Nussmeier, who's also a 2027 prospect. So you feel good about getting at least one of those guys. So 27 feels like a spot where you're going to be able to reset and start building this thing right again at quarterback. But this feels like it's going to be a little bit of a hold your breath, bumpy road, where you're probably going to have to go in the portal, if for nothing else, to get an A.J. Swan type player that's a depth piece for you, because you don't have the numbers at the most important position in organized team sports. So disappointing to see Bowe Bentley pick Oklahoma. Encouraging at what you could very well have here in Michael Van Buren, who might be the guy to provide the bridge to that 2027 bumper crop at quarterback. It never stops, and LSU got a lot of work to do there. Okay, we're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020. You want to see 2020, call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. You can always log on to williamsoneye.com. That's williamsoneye.com. Set up that free consultation, y'all. I know I say it all the time. The Williamson Eye Center, that free consultation, costs you nothing. It is not a sales pitch. This is just giving you your options, and they don't charge for it. So, I mean, this can be in person. This can be virtual if you want. Their team is available, so you could do it in your car, from your office, from your home, or you can go into the Williamson Eye Center. Kyle is the consultant coordinator, so you'll meet with Kyle. She's awesome, and you just get some information. They'll gather some information to go through what your options are, and then you decide if you want to proceed, meet Dr. Blake, and go through the whole process. Listen, they've got financing available, 24 months of 0% deferred interest, and lifetime. The cost of LASIK or refractive procedure is less than a lifetime spent on contacts, glasses, supplies, all that sort of stuff. Learn more at the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. Okay, y'all, it is After Further Review. We're glad to have you aboard with us. If you want to jump aboard, you can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. You can always jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat as well on the Watch 1045 ESPN YouTube channel. So we're glad to have you aboard with us on YouTube. If you're watching on WBTR, if you're listening in Alexandria, Lafayette, Lake Charles, or wherever on our app, we're just sincerely glad to have you hanging out with us here. If you missed Michael Braswell, spent a full hour with us here in studio. It was a great convo. We'll get it on demand if you want to check it out. All right, it's After Further Review. We will continue here. Stick around.
AFR.
If you want to feel your best, you can. Y'all, if you wake up in the morning and you feel groggy and you don't feel like getting out of bed and going to work, you're hitting the snooze button. If when you get home from work, you're completely drained, you don't feel like going to the gym. If you do get to the gym, you don't feel like you have results. Maybe you're suffering from a lower libido. If you just don't feel strong or vital like you used to, you could say, well, just aging. That's just getting older. Doesn't have to be that way, y'all. This is 2025. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has the supplements, the options to get you to healthier levels, to feeling like your younger self. Maybe it's hormone replacement therapy. Maybe it's BPC 157 if you're dealing with injuries, help with recovery. Maybe it's NAD Plus for energy and cellular vitality. They got options. You just got to take the first step. Log on to yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
I would just like to say that it was Alondra that did Michael Braswell dirty on Twitter from the ESPN Twitter account. It was not me. I did not endorse it. I did not recommend she do it. Very glad she did because I think it's hilarious, but it was not me. I didn't do it.
I can go find the tape where you told me to screenshot it.
I told you to screenshot it. I didn't tell you to post it.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Dang it. Delete
I'm
the
just
tape.
doing my job.
Delete the tape. It's so good. Look at that. Oh, you can't see my screen. We got to fix. This is awful. This is like a week now that Paul can't see my screen. So normally if you're watching on YouTube or on television, a lot of times, not a lot of times, but there are times when what Paul is showing you on the screen is my screen. Like I can pull up something here, frame it, and he can show my screen. And that connection just not happening. But anyway, can you pull up the tweet? Oh, you have it. Okay, good. There it is. So Alondra screen grabbed the side-by-side Paul did of Michael Braswell next to the tweet. Like, how stupid are the Falcons to it? Like, I mean, you have to be forever aware of that. Right? I mean, unless if somebody, whoever they hired to do that is just not like, they hired someone who's good at social media that's not a Falcons fan, that doesn't understand the context. So like in one of the OTAs, they posted a photo of two Falcons players, and I don't know their roster right now, but it's one's wearing number 3 and one's wearing number 28. And they posted it side by side. And of course, the internet had jokes. You can pull it back up. The internet had jokes because 28-3 was a blown lead. We all know that. So the Falcons very quickly deleted that. Well, we zoomed in on a very sad-looking Michael Braswell as we were ribbing him about the 28-3 and put him side by side with the Falcons tweet. And Alondra tweeted, "Take back the standing ovations. Michael Braswell is a Falcons fan." It isn't just being a Falcons fan enough. Isn't that enough punishment for him?
I'm all for the standing ovation.
Yeah, the standing ovation is great.
But you can't be a Falcons fan.
I know.
You just can't. He was giving major Dallas Cowboys fan energy.
What do you mean?
He was like, "This is our year."
Oh, like that. Oh, yeah. You can be delusional. That's fine. And they can be high on Michael Penix. I have no problem with that as well. I think Michael Penix is a great young player who has a very high ceiling. And they have drafted a lot. They have, like, what the New Orleans Saints have done on the offensive line, like using all of your capital on the offensive line. The Falcons have done that with skill guys. Penix, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, the tight end from Florida who's a bust, whose name I can't remember right. Pitts, Kyle Pitts. Like, all of their draft capital has gone into the offensive side of the ball in skill positions. So, anyway, we got time to talk about them. But thanks again to Michael Braswell. He really was great. It's after further review. While we were in the midst of all the LSU championship celebration, etc., the New Orleans Saints added to their cornerback room over the weekend. Jayden Price. I don't expect you to know that name. It's fine. But there's two things that are interesting to me anyway about the Saints adding Jayden Price. So they added him from the UFL, Arlington Renegades. So he played collegiately at North Dakota State, and which, of course, is the great 1AA FCS program, the Bison. So he played at North Dakota State, had a cup of coffee in the NFL with the Falcons. He was undrafted in 24, went to the Falcons, didn't play, released before the season started, and then played one game for the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the CFL, and then joined the UFL for this spring. Of course, the UFL, the United Football League, is the Spring Football League. This is now the third UFL player the Saints have signed this spring. Tight end Seth Green, who was teammates, incidentally, with Jayden Price with the Arlington Renegades. And they also signed offensive lineman Barry Wesley from the Birmingham Stallions. Just a little bit of the background on Price. Started all 10 games for Arlington in this UFL season. Led the UFL with 13 PBUs. So pretty good player. Prospect was good in the UFL. I mentioned I have two takeaways. One is it is very interesting to me, this UFL pipeline that seems to be building for New Orleans. Good players are everywhere, and it's the job of a front office to go find them. I was talking about this morning with Hester, and I was reminded of it because I know he's told this story before. But so Darren Waller, remember, was a great tight end for a few years with the Raiders. Darren Waller got signed by the Raiders because he was on, I think, the Ravens practice squad. And the practice squad guys go and do drills and warm up a little bit before games. And Hess was telling the story about how the Raiders staff was watching RG3 throw jump balls to Darren Waller in the end zone before a game. The next week, they signed him to their active roster. And then the rest with Waller's is history. My point is, there's good players everywhere. The New Orleans Saints identified Taysom Hill. Like, they were scouting the Green Bay Packers and happened to notice Taysom Hill and thought, I know how I could use him, not a quarterback. And Taysom Hill's become one of the most versatile players, if not the most versatile player in the NFL, over the last decade. So there's good players everywhere. And last year, there were 76 UFL players that got a shot in the NFL. 76. And the Saints signed two of them. Samson Nakua, who didn't make the team, and then Kevin Austin, who ended up playing. Kevin Austin, who was a Notre Dame, played collegiately at Notre Dame, and then played 8 games for New Orleans this past year. So you can find help there. Right now, there have already been 11 UFL players signed to NFL rosters for 2025. Again, they got to go through camp and make a roster. We'll see. But at least on these 90-man rosters, there's been 11. 3 of the 11 have been signed by New Orleans. So clearly the Saints see something there in that pipeline from the UFL to the roster. That's just one interesting thing. We'll see if it bears fruit. Again, Kevin Austin played 8 games for you. Your wide receiver room was a mash unit a year ago. You lost Olave. You lost Shaheed. We all know what happened. But again, just something to file away as they keep looking at that UFL pipeline. 2 is the specific position that Jayden Price plays at cornerback. We've talked plenty about it. Both of your week 1 starting corners from a year ago are gone. You traded Marshawn Lattimore to Washington, and Paulson Adebo signed with the Giants. So you are really in need of starting cornerback help and ability this year. When you look at what you got in that cornerback room right now, it ain't great. I mean, I am high on Kool-Aid McKinstry being an NFL starting cornerback. I am not high or bullish on Alontae Taylor as a starting cornerback. I think Alontae Taylor is a very good defensive back, but he's a nickel or he is a safety. We saw Alontae Taylor last year when you had injuries go play on the boundary, and he was one of the lowest graded cornerbacks in the NFL by PFF. It was a problem. The New Orleans Saints defensively last year were 27th in the NFL against the pass. You were 27th in the NFL. Yes, you had injuries, but then you had Kool-Aid McKinstry and you had Alontae Taylor playing corner. That was a problem. 5 teams in the entire league were worse than you at defending the pass. So you've got to improve. And that's not all just scheme. You've got to improve personnel. So I look at who they've added here and who they have at the cornerback room, and I don't know that I'm looking at this going, there's a ton of reason for confidence. Yes, you've got Kool-Aid back, and you signed Isaac Yiadom, who's an 8th-year player, had a really nice breakout season with New Orleans a couple of years ago, ended up signing with San Francisco. Now he's back in New Orleans. And you drafted Quincy Riley out of Louisville. Now, that maybe is the wild card, because they're very high on Quincy Riley. They brought him here for a top 30 visit. They spent a lot of time on Quincy Riley, and they ended up drafting him. I think they certainly thought he was going to be drafted higher than where they were able to get him. But he's still 5'11", so he's a smaller corner. If you want a long, rangy corner that sort of defines the modern position, that ain't it. I mean, Kool-Aid McKinstry is 5'11", 199, and Quincy Riley's 5'11", 195. I mean, they're the same guy physically. So if you want a long, rangy corner, you ain't got him. And Isaac Adams, 6'1", 188, more fits the mold, but I don't know if that's a guy you're looking at as a consistent starting caliber corner in the NFL right now in year 8. The rest of your cornerback room, this is the rest of your cornerback room. Dallas Beanham, the rookie out of South Dakota State. Rico Payton, second-year player out of Pittsburgh State. Rajon Wright, second-year player out of Oregon State. And that's it. Dallas Beanham, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Rico Payton, Jayden Price, Quincy Riley, Alante Taylor, Rajon Wright, Isaac Adams. That's your corners. I don't know that any of those guys are legit starting cornerbacks in the NFL. I think Kool-Aid can be, and I think I think Isaac Yiadom can be a good rotational piece and a good backup. But you've got to add a starting cornerback. You've got cap space to do it. I don't know if you do it via trade or if you wait for roster cut downs and you see if maybe somebody who's got starting cornerback experience in the NFL falls on the scrap heap and is someone you're able to add. But I don't know that I feel super great about going into this season with those 8 cornerbacks I just mentioned vying for your starting jobs. So that is most definitely going to be one position to watch as we get to and through training camp if the Saints do, in fact, try to add a veteran starting caliber cornerback to this room. 27th in the NFL against the pass last year. You don't have the pieces, the talent there on the roster right now to improve that number. See if they can. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Supper Club, supperclubbtr.com. They're open right now, y'all. It's Tuesday. They're back open. Closed Sunday, Monday. Open Tuesday to Saturday. Supper Club is open right now. Knocking off of work. Don't go home. Why would you do that? Go to Supper Club. Simple, man. Pop on in without a reservation. You can always go to the bar. No reservations ever needed to have a cocktail at the bar or dinner at the bar. Maybe you got a client in town. You want to go have dinner? Go to Supper Club. Want to go close some business? Maybe some coworkers after work? Pop on in to Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. And one of the things Chef Layton is continuing to do. About a year ago or so, they reimagined the menu, added some new items. The thing I tell you about all the time. My goodness, the veal parm. Oh, I dream about the veal parm. But he constantly is looking for ways to continue to upgrade and add cool things to the menu. And right now, Tuesdays and Fridays, they're getting bison in. And these are bison ribeyes and fillets. This isn't like ground bison meat made into a burger. This is some of the best meat you'll ever eat. And they've got it at Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com for your reservation. If you're celebrating the Tigers winning the national championship, you're celebrating a graduation, a birthday, a promotion, an anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, or just need a great place to go have dinner and celebrate life, Supper Club is a spot to be. SupperClubBTR.com for your reservation. SupperClubBTR.com. All right, y'all, it is after further review, and we are glad to have you hanging out with us here. Tuesday shows are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We are going to knock out a quick break. We'll come back. If you want to join us, you can. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We have not yet talked in any detail about the New Orleans Pelicans, who today traded C.J. McCollum to the Washington Wizards. I'll give you a quick thought on that. We have the TV ratings in as well from LSU and Coastal. We'll get to that. So don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
So proud to tell you our friends over at Duplessis Builders, one of the top 50 pool builders in America. One of the top 50 pool builders in America. They were just awarded that designation. As a matter of fact, on the list, they came in at number 26. Not in Baton Rouge, not in the state of Louisiana, in the entire country. I've told you for more than a year now that Derek Duplessis, awesome dude, engineering background, LSU grad, loves the Tigers, done NIL deals with Harlem Berry, Jacob Myers, Santa Ma's own this baseball season. But more importantly than that, Derek's going to build you a beautiful pool that lasts. They take the time to do it right. They'll walk you through the entire process. So start that process today. Schedule to go pop into their showroom and start that whole process of building your pool with DuplessisBuilders.net.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Well, the TV ratings are in. I do think that ESPN kind of manipulates the numbers for the verbiage to make it sound like they set a record. This was the LSU and Coastal was the most watched 2-game men's CWS finals on record. Not if it's gone to 3-game, but for the ones that have been 2 games, this one's been the most watched 2-game. It's the 4th most watched finals on record. They averaged 2.5 million viewers. Game 2 on ABC averaged 2.8 million viewers. So this was the 4th most watched CWS finals, and the 6th most. And Game 2 was the 6th most watched CWS game ever. It peaked at 3 million viewers. That is. Truly, it's the Coastal effect. I know people say they love the underdog. They don't. It doesn't show up in numbers. That number is because of LSU. The blue blood that was there. That's the Steph, the LeBron, the Brady, the Mahomes. That's that effect, is that number. I'll remind you, the most watched championship series ever was 2 years ago with LSU and Florida, which averaged 2.8 million for the 3 games. And game 3, which by the way, LSU won 18-4, peaked at 3.59 million viewers. So people don't really want to watch Coastal Carolina. They don't. It's a nice story, 26 in a row, the Chanticleers, all that stuff. Their coach, who probably needs to take it easy on the Winstraw. Probably shouldn't have said that. That was a little bit of an accusation, but we're all thinking it. It's no different than a Final Four that has San Diego State and FAU and Houston and nobody watches. You could say you don't want Duke, Carolina, but you do. You can say you don't want Kentucky, Kansas, but you do. You could say you don't want Brady, Mahomes, but you do. That's just what that's what sports fans or even casual fans actually their behavior maps to. So LSU carried this thing, and it was the most watched 2-game finals on record, with an average of 2.5 million viewers over the 2 games. Again, game 2 on ABC peaked at 2.8 million viewers. It peaked at 3 million viewers. Game 2 averaged 2.8 million viewers, with LSU beating Coastal Carolina. It is After Further Review. We're brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, of course, championship healthcare partner of LSU Athletics. Champion healthcare partner of the champions, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. What an awesome combo they are. And we're so thrilled to have Our Lady of the Lake partnered with us here on After Further Review and to be part of the team. And all of our friends over at Our Lady of the Lake extend their congratulations to Jay Johnson, the LSU Tigers, on bringing home championship number 8. This is the definition of champions caring for champions, quite literally, the College World Series champions. Congratulations to the LSU baseball team on the incredible College World Series win. Our Lady of the Lake Health, proud to be standing with LSU as their championship health partner. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar. It is After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We'll get to Otter Locks here shortly to wrap up the show. Jimmy will be here. By the way, the picks are currently posted over at LouisianaSports.net. If you want them for free, they're always there at LouisianaSports.net. The NBA draft is tomorrow, and one day in advance of the draft, the Pelicans and new GM, I guess, Vice President of Basketball Operations, Joe Dumars, out there making moves. New Orleans today traded C.J. McCollum to the Washington Wizards. The deal was, it was a 4-player swap that also included a pick. So New Orleans traded C.J. McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick to Washington in exchange for Jordan Poole, Saddiq Bey, and the number 40 pick in this year's draft. So now the Pelicans have 3 picks. They have their pick at number 7. They've got number 23, and now they've got number 40 as well. So the Pels have 3 picks with which to work on Wednesday, and they add Jordan Poole and Saddiq Bey. I think the most obvious thing here, remember, McCollum is on an expiring contract. So in trading McCollum to Washington, that expiring contract is going to give Washington about $100 million in cap space. So that's going to allow, that's why it makes sense for Washington. For New Orleans, they get younger. 33-year-old C.J. McCollum is gone. Kelly Olynyk, who you just joined with midseason with the BI trade at the deadline. Olynyk's 34 years old. So you get younger here with Poole and Saddiq Bey. Both Jordan Poole and Saddiq Bey are both 26 years old. But Poole is the cornerstone sort of this trade for New Orleans. He averaged 20 points a game last year. 20 points, 3 boards, 4.5 assists. He shot 43% from the floor. So a 6'4", 195-pound guard. You might remember him from his days at Michigan. Played in 68 games this past season and has been a good player during his NBA career. And Lord knows you need help at guard, and you need youth, and you need productivity and availability at guard. So Poole, you spent 4 seasons in Golden State with the Warriors, and then spent the last 2 seasons in Washington, where this season he averaged 20.5 points a game. That was a career high. His last year in Golden State, he averaged 20.4 points. So right there. But for his career, averaging 16.8 points per game. So you're going to get some offense there, and you're getting youth there in your backcourt. So the New Orleans Pelicans, we'll see. I don't have any degree of optimism surrounding this. Last year, your big offseason acquisition was DeJounte Murray, and he broke his hand in the first game, and then he tore his Achilles and is likely going to miss most of, if not all, of this upcoming season. You haven't been able to keep Zion Williamson healthy. Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones. Go down the list. I mean, all your star players have spent time hurt. I just don't have – I would love for it to work out. We'll see if it does. I'm just going to have a very low expectation, wait-and-see approach with this. But you got Younger. You got a guy who can score the basketball. You got Zion coming back, hopefully healthy and in shape. We'll see. You got a couple of first-round picks in tomorrow's draft. So I'll just sit back and watch with very little expectation. I'm just not going to open myself up to let them hurt me anymore. I'm just going to be a very, very casual watcher with very low expectations because the Pelicans have ripped my soul out. I'm going to drink some Evermore and try not to cry into the mic.
You could always come to my side. I don't really experience pain all that much. Go Spurs, go.
I mean, the Spurs stink too.
They were pretty bad this past season, but I feel confident in the future of the Spurs. I don't really feel confident in the future of the Pelicans.
It's funny about the Spurs because, like, historically they stink too. Until David Robinson was injured. They won the lottery, got Tim Duncan, paired those two together, and won a fake title in a shortened season. And then David Robinson retired with his fake title. And then
Manu.
Then they were really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really good for a long time.
Yeah.
They were really good for a long time.
Until like 2016, and then it fell apart.
Yeah. It's almost like the Saints with Drew Brees. They didn't win as many titles, but you just had this one moment in your organization's history that was super awesome, but everything else was like, that's the Spurs. Small market team.
I think they were good until like 2016, and then it was kind of mediocre. And then last season was, and the season before, they weren't great. But, like I said, I'm very confident in the future.
You got Wemby, but we had AD.
Stephon Castle.
Yeah, and we had an
to
opportunity.
get like number 2 pick in the draft.
Wemby, we had AD, and we had Drew, and you had Boogie Cousins. I mean, we've been there.
Don't
look at your
don't
lifetime.
project.
Look at your. I'm being very honest. You're the one who's looking through with rose-colored glasses. I am being very honest here to say, look at this you're very historic in context of history. We got to go a very small sample size. It's just what you're going to go back to being. Small market team that doesn't do much, just like us. We'll commiserate. Otter's next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Remember, when we talk about Action Industries, remember the advanced turnaround group over at Action Industries. This is their turnaround division. So we're in turnaround season really through October. So you find yourself in turnaround season. You know you have a turnaround coming. You're looking for someone to bid the job. Would love it if you'd give Action Industries the opportunity to earn your business because the advanced turnaround group, that's what they do. These are turnaround coordinators. These are workers who have spent their careers executing turnarounds efficiently, safely. It's the advanced turnaround group with Action Industries. Get a separate set of resources specifically dedicated just to turnaround work. It is their turnaround division over at Action Industries. You can learn more at the website, actionindinc.com. Action Industries Incorporated. actionindinc.com. For Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford is taking $11,000 off MSRP with 4.9% for 60 months on the new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT, plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on this Tuesday edition of AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. One thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter! How are you?
Feeling good, Matt. Couple of 2-run losses kind of lead to a rough night. So, well, you know, we're going to pick it back up tonight. I feel really good tonight.
Let's go. I love the positive vibes. Give me that energy. Give me all that energy.
Just pouring my fresh pasta into the strainer. Got a little shrimp going, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
What time's dinner?
10, 15 minutes. Well, eggplant parmesan in the oven coming out in a second. So, yeah. A little bit of everything. Must be good to be the Fresh Prince of Gretna. Let's move on.
I'll be there. All right, what we got? All
right, Yankees. You know about Rodon. The Yankees are a little bit of a short price here tonight because of their hitting slumps. But listen, it's a bounce-back spot last night. Rodon has been a rock this year. I like them. That park, the ball carries in Cincinnati when it's hot like this. Yankees minus 1.5. On that, right about even money. I just got it at minus 102. I think it's minus 106 at DraftKings currently. Parlay, Detroit is already started. I don't think they started yet. I think they're in a delay right now. Tariq Skubal, there you go. Enough there. And the Dodgers at Colorado, minus the 1.5 runs there. So we know that's kind of a layup parlay, get you going. And then Justin Verlander for the San Francisco Giants and Paul Quantrill for the Marlins. Both of these guys are well past their prime. Over San Francisco and Miami, 8. Over 8. Not only that, so that's 3 plays.
Love it.
Put them all together.
Let's go.
Put them all together.
Go. That's the energy I need here. A 3-leg parlay. Let's go with it right now. 4-leg parlay. Let's do it all.
Bounce back.
Let's bounce back in a big way. Out. Where are you tomorrow?
We're at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Tell you what, pay for that steak with your winnings tonight, Otter, on that 4-leg parlay. Let's get it all done over there.
I'm going to even get Charlie a steak tomorrow.
He deserves it. He puts up with you every day.
Yes, he does.
All right, Otter. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. You missed anything, AFR On Demand, presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org. Alondra, thanks for hanging out. Welcome back. Paulie, thank you as well. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, we remind you about First South Farm Credit, your first call. When you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Maybe you live in New Orleans and you kind of want to move out of the city. You love working in the city. You love playing in the city. You don't want to live in the city. Okay. Maybe you move to the North Shore. How about you buy your land on the North Shore, build your house there. You get all the city amenities, but the rural lifestyle. You want 100 acres in Tangipahoa Parish? They can help you. By the way, First South Farm Credit has an office right there in Amite. How easy is that? The convenience of the locations everywhere. Y'all, land is a finite resource. It's never going down in value, and they ain't making more of it. So you want to buy yours? Let First South Farm Credit help. FirstSouthLand.com. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family-owned and community-driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.